run the golem. Or just drop the golem on him without having the follow-up.
Yeah. I'm more interested about if the Void actually gets a jump on Daiki top. Both know each other that each other is there. So probably gonna time walk right on him, but I'm not
Does
sure.
he actually? Has he seen him walking through?
Yeah, he waveformed away.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Oh yeah, right.
That's what I said when the poll's happening, because he kind of drew this around this area. I'm not quite sure if the time walk and Chrono is enough to get him though. If he morphs fast enough, he's safe.
Right now it's morphing agility though. So
there's one button he has to press.
Yeah. But if he doesn't, if he continues to morph agility, this makes for a very easy kill indeed. But might not be worth just expending the Chronosphere on chance of that happening.
Never go full agility. We learned that.
Yeah. All right. Not sure what's going on.
Me neither.
Back, ready to go because we have more games to play after this. If you believe it.
Another full series. And CSGO.
Meanwhile, in football, more goals in a single half than there ever were. 3-1 for Belgium, and I'm missing it.
Can I pretend that I know what you're talking about, and we just go with it?
The World Cup? Do you not know about the World Cup?
I just know it's like some non-digital event. That's pretty much all I know about.
Be ignorant. That's fine.
Ignorant? Wow.
Yeah, that's what you are right now.
I just don't like crappy sports, dude.
Yeah. Sure, just bag on the sports. Because they're not digital, because they're not Dota.
Yeah, Dota all the way.
You know what that is? Know what you're doing right now?
No, not really, but I want to focus on Dota.
Oh well.
We're underway. Chopper picked up the blink. It is revealed, I believe, he ran through it multiple times now. Working on the blade mill. Pretty hard, actually. 700 gold away. Ralph is lingering around the roach, but I think it's a little bit too early for that. At least get a pick off before. Syndicate picked up the Hules on the Wind Ranger, getting super defensive with his items. I can understand, because they eventually need something to disable that Lincoln Sphere on the morph. If he has the Hules Scepter into Shackle, into Focus Fire, he might be able to set up a kill for Ralph. Yep. Or anyone else to reinforce him.
Not to mention the silence there from the Scar of Mage, or that whole combo. It's a very easy way to kill the Wind Run if you don't have the Yules, so especially once you finish up that ADOS. So already having that defensive utility of Fatal, it's a good item choice overall. Not as greedy as you want to be on the Windrunner. Like even as a support, you still want to go into Maelstrom, Axe, these kind of things, Blink Daggers, or 4-stars, but just not something that you can really afford. And it's more important for her to stay alive and get more power shots and shackles out.
Yeah, Wind Ranger is pretty much just the support that you pick as a support, but you still flame your team if you don't get farm. Guys, we need another support. Guess I go Wind Ranger because that's totally a support. You just get away with it.
Seems good. Well, kind of setting up top. It's a bit of a sentry up here, and Void walking into it now, but this will not prevent the Chronosphere. It's not Pong Strength either. Walks outside the Mystic Flare, and this is a very dead hero. But so is Void with makes out the big call on 4 different heroes. Now with the jump in from the Storm Sword, buyback from more. The Golem a little bit too late to return his fighting round. We've already lost 4 heroes. What a call!
Chop from
the raiding side. And even
gets a dunk on the Golem.
Putting it on cooldown once again, just because he can.
He was saving the Skyref. He was about to die from an acid. But yeah, that was an insane call. It was a super greedy Chrono. And they completely scouted out. They had the spot on the map ready and running. They knew about the Faceless Void positioning when he jumped in. Yeah. Yes, they lost them off. They immediately got the return kill, and this is just 2,300 gold down the drain. That's just half the advantage they had.
Yeah.
Oh no, I smell more for farm again. Not good.
It's like, they just forgot that the axe was in the game. Like, getting a foreman called, it should never happen like that.
Well, I'm pretty sure they know now, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna watch out for it in the future. Lesson learned. It was a great call.
It was. Well, still, I mean, that's a reactional play. Like, you're reacting to something that they messed up on. And this is Void. He does have the invis, thankfully. It's the freaking ancients would have wrecked him. He can't actually found them.
They're worst. Yeah. I remember, what was it, us two casting? Where we had a Tinker just jumping into the ancient creep camp?
Possibly, yeah.
That was like a dire Tinker, and he was positioned over here on the map, and he blinked from the low ground shrine into the camp over here. And just get dumpstered because he didn't know the Radiant has a quadruple stack there, and just died. He was pretty tilted in all chat, I believe.
I mean,
smells like smoke.
Yeah, exactly. This is what they need to do. They have another blink on the line now. They need to be the ones that are aggressive. They need to be the ones searching out for these kills. Beastmaster is a good one. You can see the big part of the push. Ideally, though, you get Tinker, because if you don't, you're just gonna teleport to the other side of the map, keep these lanes pressured down. Stormspirit is there, though. He does have the Orchid. So if he dares...
50-50. Lost it. That was an absolute 50-50. That's just... You either get him or you don't, and if you don't, you look stupid. If you get him, you look really good.
I think they have the right idea about how to approach this game now. They just need to make sure that they don't actually get caught up by better Chronos.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And that's really about it.
Are fortified.
There's a hasteful Void top. In a few seconds, a hasteless Void.
Dire's top tower.
I find the Axe and this. Oh, he sees this.
TP in, the instant initiation as he looks at them. This time the Golem. Pretty good turnaround with the Chronosphere, all linked up together. That's one down, that's two down. Storm and Line. The very important heroes. Another follow-up Shackle on the Axe with the Grim God. Not exactly feasible kill, especially not the extra help, but you can still just spam it out if you're Tinker.
Great Chronosphere.
Yeah. Great yield as well, preventing the Axe from just getting a bit of extra damage in. Couldn't burst down the face's Void. Maybe they can now though. Okay, with the call, keeping him in, and yeah, just enough damage. Phew. Pretty powerful, this turns out. And so is the Morphling turning into the Windrunner. Raw in the back, trying to salvage this here. They can get the Scout Information, another blink, another call. Don't call these creeps around. And Morphling coming back to get yet another kill though.
Just hit level 18 as well.
How's the map looking on this in the end? I have no idea. Who's winning this fight?
I believe... No, I have no clue.
The answer's Tinker. This time he didn't die to that.
The Tinker always wins. That's still 2,000 gold taken away. So the game is, again, completely even. But looking at the graph, kind of, well, hasn't updated yet, but trust me, it is really even.
Yeah. Tinker.
Also, thank you, Roots.
Don't be greedy! Wanted to ruin it, then he died. Not
no mercy. It's a Tinker. Stop crying. It's just a Tinker.
It's the only hope. Don't understand. Well, that's a little goal for Storm.
Yeah, he's gonna snowball away. Like 3,000 gold is no joke, and oh, I'm not sure about the Dagon on Tinker. I don't think you can allow yourself to go to Dagon if you're up against the Storm.
Especially since he leveled it up now. He's had the Scythe queued up for the longest time. Now the Axe.
Yeah, like Scythe or the Aghanim if you want to stay super passive. If you want to go super defensive against like the Axe and the Storm Spirit, then you can go into the Aeon Disc.
Yeah. I like the idea of just bursting down the Morphling, which this is part of, but it's all or nothing kind of thing. Get going on again. That's the Windrunner down. Chronosphere on 2 though, pretty good. What? Yeah, that call not actually helping. We're killing off the Void with the Blade now. They're all too late. Not done anything else in the Skyrock combo on the Tinker. They're just dropping one by one.
Ouch.
Got baited right there.
Radiant's
most
top
available,
tower is
but-
under attack.
It looked so good initially with the Chrono, but the axe was outside, the core came out,
Radiant's bottom
and with the Blade Mill, he just made sure this Void got annihilated, and especially Tinker dying, it's just unfortunate.
If you go this glass cannon, you cannot afford to
Radiant's
get caught out by
bottom tower
anything.
has fallen.
If it's not the axe, it's the Skyrock. If it's not the Skyrock, it's the Lion. If it's not the Lion, it's the Morphling. Any one of them can put the Tinker into serious troubles.
Oh, rough, even forcing out to buyback on Tinker. 5k gold lead out of nowhere.
Can't let this game drift out of your hand like this. Don't feel Tinker like... with the Tinker on the team, you're the one that's supposed to have control of the lanes, of your positioning. The moment you get caught out, again, you can't afford it. Once at the most. And this was only like the second time in a row even.
I feel like this game is completely slipping away from them now. It just looks, for Underdog, yes, you have your Chrono to work with, but your Void, despite being fairly tanky, even with the BKB now, oh, well, BKB for a while, he still just got absolutely annihilated. Yeah. I don't think it is the item for him. He's super utility this game. Wind Ranger can't deal any damage because she's full utility too. It's 100% a Tinker, and your Tinker did go for Dagon instead of like an Aghanim Scepter. I feel like Aghanims would have been the absolute perfect choice if you have Fatal Bonds in the fight.
Dire are
Yep.
scanning.
So something to be said for that.
Like, laser Fatal Bonds on 4 heroes kills the entire team.
Dire's top
Yep.
tower is
That's
under
so much
attack.
damage.
Okay. It's even pure damage, and Fatal Bond shares the damage type that that you apply to it, right? So this is all unmitigated damage that's being shared. It's a full, what is it, 25%?
30% he took the talent.
Okay.
Yeah, which is smart.
This one out. So with the laser doing, yeah, 344 damage.
Quick maths.
250, quick maths, I can't do it.
320, 25 would be 80? So 110 damage per laser target,
Yeah.
roughly. Actually more like 90. 90 per laser target. Times 5. 450 shared pure damage plus the 320 initial. So you would end up taking like 700 damage to the face on all of your heroes.
Yeah.
That's some quick European math there. You're welcome. Please tell me I'm not wrong, because then I look really NA.
I don't know, I'm not doing the math myself. I'm just trusting you this once.
For once, yeah.
Yeah.
Feels bad. But hey, Aeon Disc up on the Storm. Meaning, he's not gonna die in any cheeky Chrono plays and whatnot. I like it. That's pretty much what we call it, right? Like, just go Aeon Disc and how do you die?
Stupendous.
So it makes things a lot more complicated. That's for sure. What's the Tinker going to do? I mean, the buybacks had it back so much as well. Like, look at his net worth, 14k. Even his own Vice Void, the only that freshly completed Maelstrom as a farming tool is out farming him. This is not supposed to happen. Let alone like 2 cores on the other side doing the same thing. It's exactly the 2 cores that we talked about. Like, if they get big, if they get bigger in comparison to their opponents, they can certainly win the game for them.
Yeah. God, Axe has so much money. He's still torn between BKB and Shadowblade. I would personally like the Shadowblade, so just so we see more form and calls. It would allow him to just run with Shadowblade and Blade Mail into, like, or with Shadowblade into the mouth of the machines. Use the Blade Mail, and then just disable the Tinker Blink, and then he can still try to find him.
Yeah.
The only thing they lack right now is like is a tool to get some effective vision on the Tinker. You know roughly where he is, but the only chance is like waveforming blindly or jumping with the Storm.
Yep. Well, you just try and get some anti-tinker what's going would help perhaps. Right now, they have very little in that regard. They have a defensive ward at the rune spot, and an aggressive one in the Radiant side jungle that's about to expire. But nothing committed particularly up against the Tinker, so I guess they're just hoping on being able to catch him when they force a team fight. And basically have some resource available to burst him down when he's trying to come in and throw in his spells.
What's your plan for Team Underdog? They're not completely behind. Like Void is still kind of stacking here, stacking up the farm. Tinker is catching up. He stopped upgrading that Dagon. I think that's the that's the best first step he can take. 3,000 gold in the bank soon. It's still go for that Aghanims. It's just you have a Warlock, use him. Do what Warlock does best. Press one button and then die. We both know it's true.
2 buttons, and then you die with level 20.
No, it's more like if you get 1 button off, good job. If you get 2 buttons off, that's a tip. Like 2 buttons is the dream on Warlock, especially against the Storm.
Yeah, they're certainly still respecting that, which I can understand. But there's a BKB on Morphlings, we can purge it off even without the ultimate. There's nothing that can actually get rid of the Fatal Bonds on the Storm Spirit. Or X does have the Black King Bond. He would be the big one, like the very tanky target that you want linked to everyone else to focus on and then kill them all off essentially.
I like this attacking procs counter helix over the health region. He also took the attack speed talent and the movement speed talent. We're gonna see ourselves some right click late game axe. Oh yeah. Somebody buy him a moonshot.
Okay. So playing the poking part on the tier 2 did fall pretty low from earlier. They'll reveal themselves, they will be able to get it in exchange for tier 2 mid, most likely. Because again, at this point, Morphling sitting for a bit less than 300. Should be enough to put some decent hurt on this tower, but kind of lacking the creeps.
Here's a full Scarlet there.
Tier 3.
Super tanky on the morph. Did this decide to skip the E-Blade? Not quite sure if that is the intention, but he needs to build into the sunburst damage, I think. I'll just go MKB. MKB might be fine. There's the Wind Ranger to be concerned of.
Yeah.
Even if it's just the support, still screws you over and has a lot of money in the bank. And you know what happens with Wind Ranger and money? Tends to be nasty procs that you can't dodge.
Yeah, I mean, until she gets a BKB, maybe they feel like it's enough for them to burst her down with the normal tools. They don't really need to itemize into right-clicking her, or miss smoke actually.
He dodged his own smoke with the waveform. Feels bad, man. Okay. Exactly.
Shouldn't matter too much.
Oh, that's a good target.
Shouldn't necessarily know, and oh god. Taking down the Warlock. Doesn't have mana for buyback either, so it's 50 seconds where you can do what you want. But the problem is they don't really have any of the creep waves in a good position, so they can turn this into Roche still. Faces Void knows exactly what's happening. They have the dust. Time walk out. Oh wow. Still one.
Chopper here.
Don't think they can keep track of them though. Dust expires.
Oh, not even close, .jpack.
Damn, link forward, random stuns, they really want him. Just put in the Fear of God, but that also means that they didn't actually spend the time on Roshan, so Warlock will be back.
That was some solid tunnel vision there on the axe. That was a Roche she just gave away on their timing.
Very, very weird. But yeah. It was not to be, as a result, the smoking. Yeah, got to cover Warlock, great, but nothing else really came of it. No one's really been farming on either side, so it was just some dead air.
Yeah. But dead air tends to favor the Tinker. He still hasn't decided what he's going for. I'm pretty sure his team is like, go Axe, dude, go Axe. And he's like, I want to upgrade my Dagon or get Sheepstick, and they keep arguing. Because that's usually what happens with Tinker players, and we both know it because nobody likes Tinker players.
Dire's middle tower
Oh, that's so
has been
rude.
denied.
Once again. It's crazy.
Ralph bottom, but he has no target on Ralph. Like, he can't... Who do you kill if you're the Beastmaster? Pretty much, there's no one you can kill besides Sky and Lion.
I think you can kill Storm if you think it's
Aeon
really
Disc.
to your heart.
Yeah, if the Tinker TPs, maybe. If he has that Sheepstick.
Yeah. Void showing himself there, so does Ralph. Throws on the roll onto the Lion. Guess what? He has his own Aeon Disc.
Such a good item, this game. It's not only Chrono and Tinker, and Windrage is also the Beastmaster. Just outclassed.
Face Chopper. Slow down a little bit. Blink put on cooldown. Yes, they're feeling very scared right now on the Radiant side. Can't say blame them even. Can they find the Chronosphere? It needs to have the right heroes. It needs to have the Axe and the Morphling.
Like
but
that?
it only has the Morphling. Might be able to get the kill here with the BKB protect him. There we go. Get the call. Trying to turn this around here. Follow up. There's Scarabage ultimate. Not quite enough to bring down Warlock. He can survive the silence. He can get the golem out. But he doesn't want to. He just falls, drops himself as the Faceless Void also got killed. Ralph. This time they find the call and they find the actual kill. How did the Void even die? I have no idea.
Radiant's
Oh, he
top
was
tower
caught in
is
the middle of
under
that
attack.
with as he's trying to help his Warlock friend, I think. I don't know.
Yes, something like that. I know that he was locked down. Wasn't by Sky. I think it was the Finger finishing off.
One thing or
Radiant's
another,
Not
there's so
quicker.
much burst and so much damage in general. Any one of them could have finished him off after the BKBs ended, so yeah, at the end of the day, these single-man chronos, they're not nearly enough. Need a big chrono, if you go follow up, everyone fatal bonded and Tinker just freely sitting
Doing
on the
Tinker
side
things.
until Tinker does exactly. He still has a
Tinker
teleport on item.
Well, he's just saving up for the future, you know. Gotta get your savings in.
For next game, you mean? They lose this one, there's not gonna be a next game for them, so...
Haste.
Maybe,
Not
maybe
sure
he's
about that,
banking on the remake.
Oh well. In this ruin line, also with a gem in hand now. So you can catch out anyone who's trying to sneak up on him.
Yay, he did build the axe.
There you go.
Now sell your Dagon, get a sheep, please.
Alright.
Gem on Sajin.
And this is still Tinker game, right? And this is a dead Warlock though, or is it? The Scepter? Enough to keep him safe for now. Shackle to keep him away. I don't think they're gonna kill him easily. Oh, maybe though with the Chronosphere catches two this time. Pretty good kills, unless that's a good stand from Sentient here. Chopper's still alive. Their control of the Faceless Void with the Aeon just keeping Storm alive throughout all that. He's able to turn things around. Oh, Chopper even coming in for the big dunk, and it's Faceless Void down for the count. No buyback. Did good. He's out of mana, out of everything, but he probably won
Warlock
the
two.
fight squarely.
10k ult, you only lost the Sky. Like, your axe will slow the region. Did TP to the Shrine, just will run back any second here. This should be either the Roshan, or just try to break that high ground. High ground will be a little bit more expensive to deal with because there's a Tinker on the high ground and the Warlock Golem, which you can't kill. But that is at least an uncontested Rosh, and you still have like 40 seconds left after the Rosh to work with.
If they could get this Roche, that would be really, really big indeed, especially considering the stall crit. He has a second life like that. This game might just be too much to handle, even with a Tinker on the field. Take them a little while here. No minus armor. Chopper can actually definitely tank this up. So, going to Shrine up again. Yeah, just holding on to it. And, Tinker?
Tinker. Jibaited!
What's out of BKB yet?
Where's the body?
He couldn't risk it because he doesn't know if there's like a sheepstick or whatnot. If there's a sheepstick, then he just gets dumpstered on the morphling by a laser into sheep.
Yeah. So no immediate target push. There will be face avoid again, and at the very least the chronosphere. Not so sure about the golem. Still 75 seconds on the clock for that. So they're very quick. It would require some extra regen on the axe. He'll be fine regardless. Morphling actually one holding on to the Aegis, which is a bit interesting to me. Not giving it to the Storm, who has his own sheepstick even before the Tinker.
I think it's reasonable because the Storm can survive an initiation with the Iron Disc. Morph has been caught the attention of the Chrono 2 times now, and he actually takes so much damage from the Void because he took that extra time lock damage. Which don't forget about, like, time lock is magical, so you're not reduced by any armor, and Morph has a lot of that armor. 74% reduction actually. So I can understand that they give it to the Morph. They want to make sure he survives the Chronosphere because afterwards he can deal damage.
Yep.
Oh, nice team play. He likes his axe.
Alright.
I mean, after that Foreman call, I would like him too.
Certainly the beginning of the turnaround, but they find the Storm Spirit and this immediately. Follow-up track, I'm not connecting. They don't want to spend the Chronosphere. They want just even for Storm Spirit.
Axe on the way.
At least at the end this is on cooldown, but now we need to defend as well.
Oh, Storm!
Away at the towers.
Mistakes were made!
Don't mind, maybe you do want to use the Chronosphere. Oh, the call though. Oh my god. Makes it a lot easier. There's buyback available now. Didn't farm enough money for it. Look at mid. That's a tier 3 down. Daiki doesn't even care. Oh, does he? Oh, he does in the end. Can I actually finish it off? 43 health points left. Another Aeon is triggered. Not the best situation anymore here for the daggers.
Oh, I guess we just keep this town alive. Do we? Actually, oh, 4 staff, nice.
So crazy. I mean, Tinker spam versus Skyrock spam. They can't get through backdoor. That's oh, sure. Do you want to say something to that bottom or
balance in all things? God damn it, that spell. Remove. Nerf. We need to nerf that.
If you had the Storm, you easily follow up on the Tinker and you kill him. But
yeah, but
Storm,
suicided into the Chrono, which was stupid. Like, he ran into a void without any mana that has a BKB and pressed it and he had nothing. Yeah, Chopper had enough of this nonsense. This is my turn, get out of here, Radiant.
Still Tinker high ground. Might still be here for a while.
Yeah. Just the only thing that could make this better is like a Naga Siren pick on a core position, right?
Or techies. Tinker versus techies, that would be really big.
To be fair, techies versus Tinker is a little bit easier because you have good tools against techies now. For example, the Aeon Disc, which is just insane against techies. But
still, like, what you can do is the techies, though, in the end. Just blink to the side here into the trees. When you're level 25. Stack up a whole bunch of mines, and then one-shot the Ancient.
Well, most of the time you see the damage talent being picked up over it, because the mines are just too slow. If they're in position, you waste a lot of time.
It's the best way to win the game, period.
It is the best way to win a game, but it's really hard to pull it off.
Oh yeah.
Like,
just
it's
well because then we might see more techies, which is not something I can accept. I'm gonna...
Yeah, you want more skill-focused heroes with skill shots?
Yeah. Techies, man. Like, every other hero you can counter out by knowing where he is. Techies you need to counter out by knowing where he has been in all stages of the game. Fucking bullshit.
Oh, anyways, 50-minute mark is crossed. 12,000 gold ahead for our team here. Looking looking pretty good for them, but yeah, it's Tinker high ground. I don't feel like there's much they can lose out on. If it comes to the super late game, the Morphling will have this in the bag. Like, the only reason this game hasn't ended is because the Tinker has so much gold and the Morphling didn't get any, did not get anything earlier.
What?
Chopper? Team?
What is happening? I mean, Storm, that's a big chrono though.
No,
That is not a deal. Storm could be in this, keep him alive for now, but they have the golem to follow up. Enough stuns! Enough to kill both of these heroes. That's very questionable. And now, perhaps a bit of a turnaround here. A lot of damage here to once faces bottom Skyrock. Another Eldest left, right, and center. And they're actually doing it. Banshee, next on the list. Daiki coming in big. They do a full 5-man wipe. 2 buybacks are already forced out as Daiki is cleaning house. Killing off a few of these golems. Extra money. Time walk forward. Another buyback forced out. They somehow still win this team fight, even though Axe initiates with no one from his team being around there. Storm Spirit zips into the Chronosphere and dies. They still win the fight.
For the record, anyone ever playing Axe in pop games, or any initiator, this is not how you initiate. Don't try this in your pops, kids.
Don't try this at home, yeah.
Yeah, don't try this at home. This is not how you initiate. This is not how it should work. They should have lost this team fight. They should have lost everybody in that team fight. But they managed to win. I don't know how it happened. It shouldn't have happened. And I really want to slap the Storm Spirit for jumping in that when they know there was a Chrono coming down.
Yeah.
This was not okay.
At the same time, it didn't take much more distance for him to actually be on the other side of the Chrono. So he almost dodged it. I think quite
almost. Almost.
Yeah, if that was not the big Chronosphere talent, he would have probably lived there and wrecked house.
Are we on the way? Is the question.
There's some internet issues, apparently. A packet loss.
Packet loss?
Ready?
Wow.
Alright, so 3 buybacks. I get to thinking now it's probably over. Unless they lose too much in the process.
If there's anyone but the Wind Ranger, I think the game is over. Yeah. Storm still has the buyback to work with. He did not go for Bloodstone, which I like. I'm not a fan of Bloodstone. At least not in the current meta. Like, he can buyback into the fight if everything settles. They know there's no Chrono. They have 80 seconds to work with. No Beast Master roll for 29. No Warlock ult for, full 2 minutes. The only thing we have is a Tinker and a Wind Ranger, which usually would be enough. But now's a really big fat morph.
Yeah. Well, some quick reconnections here. We will be ready to go again, but yeah, I mean, we're heading into the late game / ultra late game even, or super late game, however you want to call it. And this is where the rules of Dota tend to just jump out the window, because even they don't care anymore. It's perhaps part of the reason why we've seen this team fight go the way it did. But
I do not accept there's any logical reason.
Yeah.
He should have lost it.
But by the same token, it still means that even though they have a sizable advantage right now with 17k and crazy amount of experience, it starts to matter less and less. Like, they might still just lose the game if they are being stupid about it.
Yeah, they have a 17k gold lead, but if you look at, like, there's 6k gold on the Morph, there's 2.3 on the Storm, there's 2 point on the Axe, there's 2 point on the Sky, there's 2 point on the Lion. So there's a lot of dead gold there. That's 8,000, that's 10,000, that's 14,000 gold they have in dead gold in their bank. Well, beside the Faceless Void, who still needs a buyback, nobody really has that much gold. Like, a decent amount, but you can't transition to items just yet. In other words, net worth is absolutely useless at this point.
Yeah, I don't like that argument, because there's always going to be dead gold on both sides, and in this late game, there's not going to be these too many more of these obvious item timings, because everyone is already has the core items that have the biggest impact in comparison. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Oh, more disconnects happening. No, 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 no.
Like a blink dagger timing on the Tinker is much more of an impact on the game than like the scythe timing now even. Nah, it's probably a bad example, but you know what I mean.
Did we ever get rid of the Dagon? Nope, nope, it's still there. Sell that Dagon!
Okay. So, for anyone who's been keeping track, this series was initially supposed to start 7.5 hours ago.
I believe 8. I think we breached the 8-hour mark.
Not quite. Not quite.
Almost. In 6 minutes, I believe. Was my math wrong again?
Yeah, it is.
God damn it.
But this is the first semifinals, game number 3, heading towards the hour mark, and we have another semifinals after that. A lot of Dota and a lot of delays here. Hopefully we'll be able to avoid any further delays after this one, as we're ready to head back into
Radiant's
this game.
top shrine is under attack.
Can't wait for the surprise patch coming out.
Well,
It
it's
happened
Saturday,
before.
so...
Top shrine has fallen.
Oh, that hasn't stopped Valve before, that is. Also, where's the GESC? Just let's patch the game, because you know the big tournament is over, so might as well ruin the small one. That's fine. But yeah, lots of money on everybody. Let's check the Bible status. Who has one? Oh my. That's a void. That's
Everyone
a
who
blob.
hasn't used it has buyback still, so...
Very smart.
It's the way it is. The question is, who wants to take the initiative? Like, with the Axe buyback on cooldown, was Stormspirit actually spending money on something? Yeah, that Mithril Hammer is rushing towards the BKB. I don't want to look for next Roshan, may respawn in 30 seconds, so then we'll find out whether it's going to be a long or short respawn. So if we can secure that from Storm Spirits, you can on top of BKB, that would be really big.
Haste!
Maybe go for timing when 3 buybacks on cooldown on the other side. But if you really want to reset completely, that's also an option. Wait for the axe of buybacks for everyone to have enough money. Go for Roshan, which is a fairly long respawn time, so...
Yeah. Well, 1 minute 30. It's about average, I'd say. It's the most average rush we can get.
Alright, so...
I think more for sport.
Just a little bit. Look at Skyroth.
Butterfly.
Skyroth has an E-Blade on top of the axe as well now.
Oh god, that's
He's
so
an
much
actual
damage.
assassin. Yeah.
I can't wait for the instance where he lays everything down and then his Aeon Disc gets procced and he does no damage. Because Mystic Flare holds on for 2.4 seconds if it's timed perfectly and he gets like he gets like a power shotted or whatnot because he's fairly squishy. That would be the best thing, like just a power shot and like no damage for you.
That'd be ridiculous indeed, but hey. It's only a 20-second cooldown, right?
Right.
Also,
And half your mana pool.
In the time that we were talking about the Skyroth Mage, he got like 1,000 gold because of that 300 GPM talent.
Yeah. I see a lot of people taking Mystic Flare damage, and that's usually what you expect.
Top lane, hacks on Faceless Void, follow up into the call here, the roar to turn this around, but still get the kill. Golem not nearly powerful enough to turn this around. There's a buyback. Get another one used, and well, the daggers, they can be fine just falling back, but they don't. The Chronosphere is big. Catching a line. No Skyroth Mage. Let's see on this. The Chronosphere will expire. The call off the mark, even with the extra AoE, but Get Good is still going for one to the next target. And now Dante, he's out of BKB, he's out of everything! He's out of life, and this will be it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 heroes down without buyback. So I am getting some lags here.
tinker all you want, but this is our high ground.
And, yeah. Dota's acting very weird right now. I'm lagging like crazy, but there's no way they win this game.
Yeah, there's no chance. Not with... It will be 40k gold by the end they take all these Raxes. It will be at least Mega Creeps without any T-Falls. But yeah, Morph is already going for it. Tinker's trying his best, but he can't stand up to the region on the ice. He has 4,300 health and a heart with Blink Dagger Blade Metal.
No. Warlock chased back to his own high ground. They're going for the safe play first. Showing the Mega Creeps. Taking a lot of damage in turn with the Stone Spirit. I can't actually... No, he can buy back in. If he wants the same for the Morphling.
Actually gets killed.
Oh wow.
Gets a double kill. Gets a triple kill. Oh no. Oh no.
Please don't throw this now.
At least they got the Mega Cubes before, right?
Done the Tinker, but don't see him.
Oh, Sheepstick. Oh no. Oh no. That might take him a bit. Ah, it's the beacon.
Well, hello Tinker, and oh, 4 stuff. Safe. Keeping him safe for now. Neither Storm nor Morphling wanted to buy back. A safer play to hold on to it, I guess. But that also means that we're gonna stick around in this game for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, we're gonna breach a 60-minute mark. Don't worry about it.
Haste.
Left uncompleted. They're still holding on. Hoping for this one team fight, but that's not even going to be enough. Gonna have a decently hard time up against the Mega Creeps. I mean, Maelstrom, alright. We have the Tinker. Power Shot next from Maelstrom on the Windrunner. Like, they can hold against Megas, but don't really see them pushing out all that easily.
Yeah, next Roche is up and running. Only softened up a little bit by the Sky. Sky might not be the best hero to Roche. Not at this stage of the game where the Roche deals over 300 damage per hit. Quite the tanky Roche.
Take a little bit too much, I think.
Actually, it takes quite a while to get him done.
Yeah. Well, the rest of the team doesn't have the same issues, so Aegis and Cheese. That's on the second one, right? Yeah, so no refresher charges yet.
60 minutes to Roche. Ouch.
Sky just straight up eats the cheese. Everyone says too many slots, they can't hold the cheese. Alright, fight to end all fights once Stone Spirit gets his mana back, I guess. Needs a few more seconds.
Just a matter of time.
That's why I'm here as the Aegis, so you can YOLO in, respawn, as the aim disc for the second run as well. There's no more buybacks whatsoever. On the Raiden side anyway, so... Are you coming back? I guess Tinker's coming back. Beastmaster as well. That's about it. It's Warlock, and that's to be relieved. Only needs 3 gold. It's real reliable gold that he needs.
Oh, a little bit harder to acquire.
Yeah.
Barbie on Tinker. Up and running.
Invisibility.
Right. Is this a fight to end all fights, Bottom? This is Guardian Lion, by the way. Just saying.
Nah, this is Banshee getting another triple kill.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
3A on discs. That's a poor Void game. Must be frustrating to play.
I've seen the one clip where... Oh.
Which clip?
The one clip where the anti-mage gets a really big ultimate, but everyone had an AO disc.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. It's like... Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
Feels really bad.
Well, here we are. There's one. Beastmaster, he does a buyback. Even if he dies right here, but they're focusing on more in the backline. Windrunner. Also all the way to its own pattern, and guess what? There's a whole bunch of Mega Creeps here. Big Chronosphere, cashing 2. But the Hex from the outside. You can't actually do anything with that. The Roar, the Golem, everything being dropped to try and prevent them from getting the Ancients, but they have a laser sharp focus right now. They have Catapults to help them. This will be a GG. No matter what happens in this fight, you just can't kill all of them fast enough. GG, well played.
But Morph called it first. Do they lose now?
First series finally in the back. Dragon Nation with the victory, and we'll see them again tomorrow in the finals. Oh, Chennai, what are you doing to us?
We need a timeout.
Alright, another series still in the books, so we'll get in on that. That'll be Masters of Mayhem versus Wasted Pot Angel. So we'll see how that goes. For now, we're gonna take a short break. See you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Time for the second series of the day. Still a little bit late, but we are here now. Masters of Mayhem versus the Wasted Potential. Quite a difference in the tone of these team names at the very least. But either way, this is another semifinals. The winner will move on to the grand finals tomorrow and already secure themselves 20,000 Indian rupees and a chance at 10,000 more if they do end up beating Dragon Nation. But quick draft so far. My name is Dragon Drop. I'm joined by Potom. What are your thoughts so far?
Big fan of the fast draft. Big fan. Yeah, they're called Mom. Well, they built Mask of Madness though. That's a nice team name. I like it. Just take a short version of any Dota item or whatnot and just make a name out of it. That's how I get most of my team names at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wasted Potential against Masters of Mayhem. Pretty much standard opener. A little bit quick on Masters of Mayhem. Sun King Leshrac, 2 heavy stuns, heavy CC from the get-go. They did ban out the Skywrath, they did ban out the Axe and the Wind Ranger, so that's 3 annoying heroes out of the question. Morphling banned on the other side. Night Stalker and Naga Siren as well. Not many roamers left for Wasted Potential here. They have to make sure they get like at least a reasonable roaming or position for support they're comfortable with, or go with the duo support duo. The duo support duo, nice. That effectively wins them the lane.
Yeah, they're taking some time to think it through right now. I mean, Warlock a bit of a no-brainer these days. It's not an auto win, but it's going to help you in a number of situations. Like everyone has talked about that because he's in almost every single game, unless it's banned out or unless they prioritize a more aggressive approach in both these lanes. But yeah, I mean, you could also go for an offlane here, but go straight for a Juggernaut. All right.
We're doing the second pick core thing again. Interesting. I was expecting Beastmaster or pretty much Beastmaster going for something along the lines of an Undying early on. Instead, we see Juggernaut. That is fairly aggressive. I can understand it because it would likely be banned out. Same with the lifesteal, actually, if they let it through. Because Sand King Leshrac, they didn't want the stuns interrupted, and Jug is just one button spin to win.
Pretty much, yeah. So, yes, a little bit defensive utility against all of that stun lockdown that they have. So it's nice to fall back on. And it's also one of these heroes where it's like, oh yeah, it's a Juggernaut, but it doesn't really lock you into one particular playstyle.
Yeah, I'm still not a fan of the Jug so early. We talked about this before. Like he's a blank slate if it comes to carry. I think this is his strength. He's not bad at anything in particular. He's not good at anything in particular. Yeah. Like he can fit all those roles. With a Warlock, I can see it work. They might want to choose up or like go for these classic combo we've seen once before today. Going for like a Shadow Shaman or anything that can hold someone in place. A Lion is in the pool as well.
Yep.
If they want to run those dual lanes, so that's some options they have. Master of Mayhem on the other side. They got to make sure they have a core that goes up to the Juggernaut that has something for the Doom, for the Warlock. And yeah, I was about to say, Doom is still in the pool, and Doom looks pretty good here.
Yeah, it's not a bad one for either team, honestly. And again, your favorite hero, Beastmaster, is also in a similar position, right? Anything or anything with silence, anything to make sure that Juggernaut cannot get that initial spin out to get him out of trouble, or even just going aggressively on you with the Omni Slash. Or something that goes through that spin in the first place. Bane would also come to mind, but would kind of be a little bit awkward with the Lash and the Sand King already.
Yeah, and that forces the Sand King into the offlane position. Leshrac might have to go for go for the mid lane. It just Bane is not really an option you want to take here. Unless it's the double bait with the double flex pick, and there's the Doom.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You said it, and bit of a setup too. A little bit of extra help for the Leshrac. Leshrac stun just with that mini stun from that Infernal Blade. Pretty good against most melee heroes. Juggernaut is no exception, even though if things get really dangerous, he can spin it off. And he also has the healing mode to actually sustain, not to mention the Warlock, but that can only bring you so far, because in the long run, that is very mana intensive. Whereas the Doom, well, for all he's allowed to do, or if he's allowed to do nothing but spam that Infernal Blade, he's gonna have plenty of those, especially if he starts with 2 or 3 mangoes.
Yeah, and I feel like it all comes down to what creep do you get. If you get a Satire with the extra, basically the free ring of health, then Doom will have a really good time on the lane, because Jug can't easily harass him out, Warlock doesn't do enough damage to zone him, so they must make sure they have an answer if the Doom gets lucky.
Yeah. The most obvious solution would be to just block up your hard camp in the first place.
Yeah,
and
probably smart.
Yeah, and then Doom has to make a decision. All right, do I go all the way to my own side jungle and waste a lot of lane experience and pressure,
And
to
hope
try
for a
and
good
hope
creep.
for a good creep, which you might not even get, or do I just say, okay, whatever, not even skill up the Devour, or if you do, just use it as a little bit of extra farm utility, which is not necessarily worth it early on compared to like the survivability from the Scorched Earth once you put like 2 or 3 points into it and that extra damage from that Infernal Blade. Huh.
Elder Titan.
Elder Titan Warlock. Have I seen that combo before? I feel like I have.
10
Yeah,
seconds
we have
remaining.
seen all of these heroes today, beside Leshrac.
5
And Doom.
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
on the Wasted Potential side.
Yeah.
Were they all together though?
Not really, no.
No, we had Elder Titan against the Jug at one point, I believe, but
Dire team
it is so long ago I don't really know it anymore. But hey, we have a Jakiro, so one of these.
Well, either way, I mean, Elder
Let's
Titan,
play.
if you pick up something like Alina, Queen of Pain, something with a lot of punch and AoE, that is a very powerful teamfight combination between that Natural Order aura and the Warlock Fatal Bonds. Just amplifying each other up.
10 seconds remaining.
Jakiro, well, more teamfight
5
of their own
seconds
rights.
remaining.
A lot of follow-up control here with the Ice Path, not really good as initiation. But a lot of deep push to work with too.
Trying to think what their mid pick could be.
Radiant team
Think
back.
something more carry heavy. Well, alright, that's a Blizzard Bag. That's a decent position for a Blizzard Bag. There's only the carry pick left, so now it's a decision for Masters of Mayhem. Do we go for a carry that can build into Silver Edge, or do we accept this Blizzard Bag and deal with him with the magic damage? I think the answer is magic damage because you already have Leshrac and Jakiro, but we still don't know who's going
10
core on that one.
seconds
I would
remaining.
assume Leshrac,
Yeah.
but this is like if you look at that lineup,
Seconds remaining.
who's going where? You don't know anything.
I think the most stable way to run it would be Doom Sand King offlane, Leshrac mid, Jakiro safe lane support, and then pick up
Dire
another carry.
team
But
ban.
there's enough flexibility in that it's not 100% the way that they're gonna run it.
Yeah, I think Doom Sand King is the best choice.
I mean, you could
Could
still
use
run like
Jakiro
a safe lane Leshrac and pick up the Viper as the hard counter to the Bristleback, which still should be banned out right now anyway.
Yeah, he's really good against those heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Other than that, I mean,
5 seconds remaining.
still use like Slark in the pool. Don't think you can purge off the bristles, right? The bristleback
Nope.
stacks.
Unpurchable.
Yeah.
Dire team pick.
Razor.
Oh. Pick up the
Alright.
Viper themselves now?
Oh, please no. I just want a fast game.
Radiant team pick.
God
Okay.
damn it.
Okay. That guy is gonna take some time to get online, I guess. And even then, like Doom, I mean, he's pretty good against most heroes. Bristleback, not like, necessarily one of them actually.
Yeah, they pretty much picked the Invoker
10
into the
seconds
Doom,
remaining.
which is
Yeah.
okay, I guess, because
5
Warlock won't
seconds
get doomed?
remaining.
Question mark?
Well, if he does get called out by that, he should die unless he's already got Ghost Walk out or something, or got the Quas region going and there's no follow-up. But there's a lot of ifs and whens and buts. But for now, Masters of Mayhem, I mean, I'd still just pick up the Viper here, even if you have the mid matchup against the Invoker. It's still going to be more than fine. And then later on, the moment you start looking at Bristleback, it just falls over.
Yeah, Viper, Ursa, Troll.
Yeah.
One of these three. All of them work. all of them should be able to net them a win if they play correctly. So.
What about Monkey King?
It is a hard kind of, but he struggles against heroes like Juggernaut that can dodge him out.
Phantom.
Oh no.
Phantom.
Now select your heroes.
I'm not a fan of this PL pick.
Unless it's a mid PL against Invoker. So,
We gotta see, because I don't know who on Masters actually plays the mid lane.
Yeah. Let's see, like the only thing that would make sense to me, because if you put Lishrak up against Invoker, at the moment Invoker it's like level 2, level 3. Even before that, I mean, Cold Snap, the moment that comes out, it's a bit dangerous for a squishy hero. Phantom Lancer doesn't have problems with that whatsoever, as long as he holds on to the doppelganger. And it's a classic matchup. Born in the SAA region, and it is very much Phantom Lancer favored. There's very little you can do in terms of just contesting last hits on the Invoker. You just don't have the damage in the early levels.
Alright, it is not a mid PL. Oh, yes, Tangos.
Tango,
Hold on. He also had a ward. 50-50. I think they're still deciding here.
Well, Shrek also has a null talisman, but
No, he's getting Tangos.
Get.
Yeah, okay, it's Lash mid.
Okay,
Lash mid, safe lane PL. Yeah, I think it's a better choice. Lashrak would struggle against the Bristleback.
Sunstrikes. Did he scout that out? I think he saw him. Yeah.
No, I think what they did is they actually gave it to PL. Yeah, like they Sunstrike on the PL. They saw the shared tangos, and then they got it back to Lashrak.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm maybe they fooled him with this.
But I think that second Sunstrike on the high ground that saw that Lashrak had these shared tangos then.
Going for a third.
Try it again.
Still no scout.
Not 100% sure, but because it would have been right on the edge of the vision. But, I mean, they see Phantom Lancer down here now without anything, so it should be enough of a clue. Alright, Doom trying to secure this bounty. Oh, I was thinking about it anyway.
Yes, the famous level 1 Bristleback.
That's interesting.
Oh well. I mean, it's...
If he takes 210 damage, he releases Cool Spray of the current level, which is 0.
I mean, it's all about the reduction, am I right?
I don't know.
It's almost as good as, like... I know, the best thing you can do is actually, like, leveling the Zeus passive level 1. And so your enemies cry.
Or like, skilling up Lunar Eclipse when you don't have points in Lucent Beam.
Yeah, that's... But at that point,
really makes sense. At the very least here you have something. You have 8% sight and 6% back damage reduction. I don't know, man.
Well, the Zeus passive gives you literally nothing.
Yeah. Oh, Dark Souls. So far he's joking and jiving.
Yeah.
Successfully, I might add.
Talking about literally nothing, let's talk about Doom and what creep he will find, and it is only a Dark Troll Samurai. So he's not gonna be able to get much experience top here.
I would have said get the Mud Golem instead, at least that's a free spell that you can throw out. Dark Soul. Forced to get some help here, Deadman joining in on the Warlock. Which gives Doom at least a little bit more room to breathe, but it still doesn't mean that you can really stay up against a Juggernaut. Stomped into spin. It should be enough to get the kill even this early on. Alright, so there's a big creep wave kind of pushing in though, 2 range creeps. That'll be helpful for Dark Soul if he can secure the experience to finally get level 2. And they're not really putting too much effort into trying to zone him away from that.
Yeah. The moment the Abyssal gets enough levels here, Dysacne can no longer contest them. Especially because you can easily dodge at the damage of the Bristleback. Same applies to Jakiro. Doom has a harder time. First of all, he doesn't have Bristleback. Second of all, he doesn't have Scorched Earth yet, so he has to be really careful that he doesn't get stomped into perfect spin.
Yeah. At the very least, you can interrupt the stomp if he's just trying to go for it without with his real hero.
True, but
Unless you do that. Could have actually gone on him if they wanted. I guess you still could have interrupted it with the snare, so maybe not.
well, then you force it in snare. I guess that's fine because Doom has the mana pool.
He's gonna struggle less and less though if they keep leaving Juggernaut alone. But at least he should be able to secure a bit of experience, yeah. That being said, Juggernaut with the Quelling Blade, securing a lot of denies at the same time. Not as many as the Phantom Lance has been able to so far in its bottom lane, so that part is certainly working out well. At least Bristleback can finally start pressing spells.
Is this stun in mid?
Huh? Oh yeah, Elder Titan? Is he gonna first play here? Yes, he is. Actually, getting some help there from the Zen King and feeding first blow to Leshrac. That's a call, Leshrac too, so... Not ideal, especially not up against Invoker.
Yeah, that actually helped him out quite tremendously. He's strung a little bit in terms of last hits, 11 to 14. But yeah, like, just getting some extra money in, getting towards that bottle, allows you to spam with that split earth. And it's fairly easy to hit that on an Invoker.
Yeah. Top lane spinning to win. There's the snare. Buy himself some extra space, and Zen King can turn around for a Burrow Strike if he wants to. Or if he's forced to. Ooh, the Spirit Stomp! Oh, his sleep is not enough damage. Stick
Magic Seek prevailed, yeah.
Phew, that was close.
Talking about the safe lane, PL doing okay, I would say. 4 last hits behind Juggernaut. 3 denies ahead though. But they're giving a lot of experience to this dual lane.
Yeah. So obnoxious. Like, they brought Bristleback lower a little bit earlier, but he has 3 mangoes still. He also has the Warlock sitting next to him, spamming Shadow Word.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Yeah. Very normal lane. Even with the side pulls, so yeah, they stabilize this offlane quite nicely. So Phantom Lance is gonna be a bit more interesting. Testing this pull, so far so good, but it still means a lot of extra experience coming in for Dark Soul. Not to mention the last hits.
Remains to be seen if this what he's getting on the PL. Do we see like a Battle Fury build trying to outfarm, or just straight up like the Diffuser Blade? I can imagine both. The Diffuser would be nice because they have a Leshrac.
Oh, dead man. He was a dead man there no matter what, because if he went up to high ground he would have been intercepted by the stun there from the split earth. Top lane. Oh. Do run down the Elder Titan. Quite literally here with that Scorched Earth level 2. So they're getting some kills, and they're not doing too badly in terms of losses just yet. And Juggernaut's one of the heroes that we can kind of afford to let him have a bit of free farm early on.
Yeah, he doesn't scale as good. Like, again, Jug is a hero that is good at everything, bad at nothing, kinda sits precisely in the middle. Just you can allow him to get some farm away. Not too much, because if he gets a fast Battle Fury, you're in trouble. But it's a pulse.
Hotkeys. Alright. Sometimes they don't really save properly in Steam Cloud, I don't think, right?
Yeah,
some
sometimes
settings are weird.
Yeah, especially at LAN cafes. Like, I can imagine it screws up sometimes. But hey, if he has hotkeys, maybe you should just try cooling them.
Haha. What a joke.
Very
stand-up comedian.
Yeah, it's like almost like I'm an entertainer, you know?
Yeah.
I should try that.
Well, I got the Juggernaut doing a bit of damage, but he's way through the trees, no problem whatsoever. And guess what? Warlock is here. After Steph down bottom.
And yes, the walking healing self.
Yeah, pretty much.
He really is.
Alright. Invis for Aku. Does have a bit of a combo to work with. And Vanquish sitting at half health. Oh, he's just standing there! Please, just stun him! He's not doing it just yet. There we go. Stun, extra damage. Raindrop. Oh, favorite fire, turning things around. But it's not enough.
Nice,
easy
kill. Yeah. Like, solo kill on an Invoker mid is just phenomenal for him. Like, lots of experience in space. Level 7 now, he's gonna take the Shrine, and he's gonna match up with the Invoker once more once he TP's in the mid lane.
Yeah. Well, for now, it's Elder Titan soaking up that experience. Down bottom. Oh, God. Phantom Lancer. Gotta be a bit careful here. Already 5 stacks on him. Doesn't really want to fight Dark Soul just yet. You have to be very patient trying to whittle away at the Bristleback. To go for like multiple instances. If he's not careful, he can still get the kill off on him. Especially with like a 20-stick turnaround potential. Also some extra help coming in.
Really help. Dark Soul taking a lot of damage from Jakira now. That should not be enough. Not remotely.
Have to completely zone him out at the very least, so extra space for the Phantom Lancer. Still holding on to the stick charges, so it's always nice to have a big full wand like that. Stop. There's a spin for the burst so I can come out, but there's the Ensnare. Blocking him in. Double stump. Oh, the follow-up with the Omni Slash. Nice little quick invis there with the Sandstorm.
Big mistake.
Wasted, yeah?
Yeah, that is super wasted Omni Slash, and he knew that there's a Sand King. Like, you gotta assume, if he's a Sand King playing against a Juggernaut, of course he has Sandstorm leveled.
Oh, the lane. Akko gets his double damage stolen away in front of his nose. Right, beyond that, things have slowed down a little bit. Dark Soul continuing his shenanigans down here. And Snowfire, gotta be very careful. You don't have boots, my friend. You're dead. 5 health points. Ice Path. That might be enough, isn't it? No.
Not even close.
That feels bad.
But wait, there's more. Oh, come on, keep chasing. That was an easy kill. You see everybody on the map. He only had 2 stacks.
He also has Stranker boots, though. And they are not being interrupted from just a cold brace. No way to actually catch up with him. But yeah, so far so good. Phantom Lancer still getting pretty close to free farm, not too far off the Juggernaut up top. And even ahead in terms of net worth just because of his 1 kill that he's got going from. They have to find a solution to just Juggernaut push at the very least and send the Doom back. It's nothing they can really easily dive the tower, especially not without the Omni Slash.
Still curious what he wants to pick up on the Jug. It is apparently the Battle Fury. Just pick up the Ring of Health. That should be the right call against the PL, but I'm not quite sure if it's fast enough because PL having good amount of farm, he's gonna reach the Diffusal Blade at a reasonable timing, meaning he's gonna start hunting your support. He's gonna start hunting your Invoker.
Well, for now it's the Warlock who keeps catching these ganks. Might not be the only one. That's the stump him away from the bounty rune, so he gets it. But okay with his life ward, nice little dodge. Dead man back from the dead, funnily enough. Yeah, we'll keep him safe, but this is still going to turn into a bit of a fight here with the Ensnare still being held on to. Very useful up against the Slim. He's still staying in the middle of that. The Ice Path Sunstrike just off the mark. Ooh. Very close.
Not sure if that would have killed him, right?
Don't think so.
Well,
Might have been put him in range for them to finish the job with Fatal Bonds on the creeps.
He had five points in the assault. Might have been enough.
First strike. And the spin forced out. Still no actual Doom ultimate available. Just short of that. Still trying to whittle away. Stomped to dodge that damage, but look at the speed. Still being slowed down long enough, but they just need to Omni Slash him 1 down to get 2 for free. Bonds Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Book dies mid. Snowfire is still being run down. On the Titan. Never mind. Just too slow, I guess.
Yeah, he had no mana for the Stomp. At only 280 HP. If he catches one additional Liquid Fire or Dual Burst, both of them were up, then he just falls down under the tower.
Well, another soul kill mid at the very least. So this Invoker, not doing too well just yet. Still closing in on a Midas, but the later you get that, the worse for you, obviously.
And we have another pulse. We could sure use some breaks here. Pretty... yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that anymore.
I think we're through with all the jokes about pauses, right? Like, I'm pretty sure we had all of them.
This tournament is so weird. Like, one day you have like 2 storms, and the day lasts like 3 hours. And then on other days you have like 2 ancient stacks batting up against each other. It's like a ton of different delays for that are unforeseen on top of that. And every game lasts like an hour or so, give or take.
Yeah, I gotta say, I joined the closed ones more because, well, obviously we had the Signify right now run and everything, so that was a little bit,
that was just
a little bit
really.
one-sided. Looking at the task as Titan, what was the total time? I believe it was a best of 3, and we finished in 31 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, 32 minutes of game time.
Yeah, like from draft to finish, and that was pretty. I mean, you can't really avoid that. Just not enough teams, so get out of your friends, get better, get out of Crusader, participate.
Certainly nice format here. I really like that, going from town to town, just supporting the local scenes. And certainly in India, where there's a lot of people, so it matters.
Dire's middle tower
It's not like
is under attack.
there's only 4 teams signing up for these. Right.
Yeah, like way more. I believe every 16 on average per region. With some regions, of course, having a little bit more. There is a really good kill win. By Lash. And into pulse. God damn it.
Yeah, he just got comboed. And with that kill, actually, that's a killing spree going the way of the Invoker. And we're just talking about his Midas. It was like, what, 600, 700 gold away, and now only like 200. That is a huge deal.
Did I hear a
It's
strange
like a Invoker, more than any other hero, wants levels more than anything else. And Midas certainly helps to give that really, really fast. Alright,
Attack.
so this dive cost him a lot more than they thought.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, only for a drug. Like, nothing else. Yes, you kind of restricted him a little bit, but on the other hand, he just bought it as Perseverance, so he didn't lose any money whatsoever. Oh, no truth out in mid lane.
I think he's coming in now. He's maybe thinking about still throwing it out, because level 1 Ghost Walk, they're like
Dire's
literally a
middle
turtle.
tower is under attack.
Just walking around like, meh.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah. Oh well. Thinking he wants to stick around, he'll have to choose that for next time. And Lushak still, unless he gets caught out first, he'll still be able to win any sort of tussle with, or any sort of extended tussle with the Invoker 1v1.
Dire's structures are falling.
Right. Dark Soul on a Riffle back is a bit of a different story though. Because he's at a
full
point where
build
he's pretty damn tanky.
visibility?
Gets an industry nonetheless.
All 5 heroes here in mid. With one of them as a sentry ward, so that's a bit awkward. They have one sitting in mid, but Aku has other plans. Don't think he can actually kill the Juggernaut though.
Would be a hard kill with lots of chasing involved.
Certainly not alone. Vanquish though, well, that's a bit of a different story. Death to Dust, Juggernaut still gets stunned up as Aku reveals himself. The spin at half health, but that also means that he can't really help his Vogue, but still walking back in. A couple of body blocks. On the slash, onto creeps here. Aku is still fine. So the rest of the fights goes in backlines, but it focused on the calls. Lose to the Kiro, sure. Whatever. Doesn't really matter, especially since able to turn this around. This golem was a bad idea. It's a really bad idea. Oh my god.
Yeah, this was an attempt to turn and completely... Well, yeah, they had nothing.
It's no one to turn with. Like, you're just feeding extra
Exactly.
gold, as well as the safety of that being on cooldown now for a gajillion years. I think that's the technical term. Nice Sunstrike though. Aku a little bit Yeah, Ice too big for a stomach at this point.
Dire's top
Don't
tower
have,
is under attack.
didn't expect that extra burst coming up.
Doom on the Jack.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Alright.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
He's all alone. So eventually he should die.
The dodge.
Takes him a while though, because I also want to try and get the kill to Juggernaut if I possibly can, but I couldn't get in range. This game's so weird, man.
Yeah, all over the place and not really any centered fights. Like we have some towers falling down. Actually, all T1 towers fell down on the Dire side.
Volcast the Midas, Bristleback with Dota Defiance. So if they can play around him, I think that's still alright, because
Radiant's
yeah,
middle tower
Phantom
is
Lance has
under
the Field Blade, but not any big tank items just yet. Looks like he might want to go for the Shadow Blade into the Silver Edge. Even though at some point, like,
is under attack.
one way to deal with the Bristleback is to just burn away all this mana and then leave him be. Because then he has no way to really do anything. So now, they're fine to... Well, the Titan. Wrong place, wrong time.
returns from
They're keeping up the pressure. I mean, they have a Blink Dagger on Sand King. Ready to go once again.
Yeah, and they're just gonna pressure T2. They want to make this nice and quick. I'm a fan. Level 2 Edict only. It's gonna take quite a while, but with that, Lashrak should be having his heals up and running. Will help him out against the Invoker especially. Good against the Juggernaut as well, because he dodged a lot of that Omni Slash damage. Yeah, you can disable the Warlock as well. Just initiate.
But Omni Slash isn't even that big of a deal. Only level 1. He's just shy of level 12, so now he's out of mana. Nice little combo there. They catches Aku in the back. But the healing ward still barely keeping him alive. Someone needs to right click that from one of the losers. There we go. Just a hero does it himself, but back out of mana. Everyone else, not so much though. Nice little ice path. If you have to go on there, it would be big. Oh no, oh no, the fatal bonds. Oh.
Turns out they were indeed fatal.
It's an interesting way, like, they caught up with the proper hero in the end, but even if they didn't, I think would have had enough damage just clicking these creeps for a little bit, because Doppelganger, even though it's maxed out, will still on cooldown for a couple of seconds.
Radiant's bottom
Couldn't get
tower
rid of
is
him.
under attack.
Yeah, he did end up maxing out a build we see more and more up and coming, where you just preserve your mana cost from the Spirit Lance and max it up last. Go into that Shadow Blade. I mean, they need somebody who builds into your Silver Edge anyways. Might as well be it on the PL. And just going for the max Doppelganger to have escapes.
You'd think the Doom would be an ideal candidate for that though. Yeah, he's also going for a Shadow Blade himself. But, who knows?
2 is fine, 3 is too much.
Phantom Knight also change his mind. That looks good. It's there down bottom, follow-up stun. Doom's still available, they drop it down on Bristleback, just make sure, but they also have a golem dropped in their face with the burst strike, but no, Epicenter still on cooldown for a while. Still enough to buy them some time, but it's ultimate for ultimate. Can they do anything else with that now though? Bristleback still walking in and out, they're gonna give up the golem, extra 100 gold. Someone else makes their way away. All of this does have to favor Masters of Mayhem, right? Because they're the ones who end up pushing after these situations, even if they don't get kills.
Well, they're pushing on T2 right now, but you have like a Juggernaut with an Invoker pushing on the top lane. Alacrity really helps out dishing out that damage early on. See it right there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're gonna keep pushing, I assume, or TP into the fight.
Deadman. I see Deadman on my screen, bottom. Nice little cancel on the Storm. They also get the... Not the follow-up stun because it doesn't have mana. This is where you probably should say, now get the hell out of here, but... Jim Pumps, yeah. He got the call now from the rest of the team. It's Juggernaut already. Someone's sitting up in the front. Couple of Phantom Lance illusions, but now he's just sleeping out earlier. Omni Slash. Oh, bouncing with quite a few of these illusions. Jim Pump's getting a little Rex of space and still drops the extra kill sprays. You get the Juggernaut though, with the Epicenter burst strike being committed. It's a bit of a back and forth. It's no real easy way to catch up with tanking with Burst Strike and Blink.
To
And
the impurities.
apparently also not the Jakiros, he's just TPing out inside the trees.
Double damage.
Yeah, so what does the fight recap saying? 400 gold, going the way of Masters. Only the Omnislash committed to it, but on the other hand, they don't have, like, pretty much no one besides the Warlock has cooldowns in this game. Maybe the Earth Splitter, but that is arguably a big cooldown. Like, 100 seconds, yes, but how often do you actually use it? Like, more like every second team fight. You don't really care if you miss it that much.
Yeah.
It is good just to literally split the fight into two halves, so you can play well around that cooldown.
Yeah.
I'm still looking forward to the Invokers making some sick plays. There's the Aghanim's up and running just now. Working towards the Travels next. How's that maxed out Exalted slot?
He's certainly getting there sooner or later, as we're looking at the Bristleback game down bottom. This time he's more alone than he was before. It's still gonna take him forever to eat through that Vanguard. The Doom has to be used. That was a bit overkill. There's plenty of other ways to cancel PvP.
Yeah. They had four other ways. It's just like the I'm gonna make sure you die.
It's just a pure hatred. It's
Yeah,
like, no,
this is
I'm a
personal.
hero. We don't survive in my lane. Yeah, Phantom Lance at the same time, perhaps and a bit of threat on the inside of the map, but I actually have an easy way to go on him.
Dire's bottom tower.
Like, the best
is under
initiation
attack.
right now is Invoker casting some spells, or the Yules from the Elder Titan. None of that
Pretty
is
much,
necessarily enough
they
against
didn't-
someone who has Doppelganger.
Yeah, and even with the Yules, I believe if you perfectly time it on the Elder Titan, yes, you can stomp him. But it is so easy to get a doppelganger out, especially if you predict in which direction you will be facing once you come out of the Yule Scepter.
Yeah. Slowly but surely, building some farm on the course, and these kind of kills. Well, this time they mess up the stun. Good awkward. Still be able to get the kill on Deathman. Once again, he drops the golem. This time with the Fatal Bonds. Omnislash coming around. Aku tanking quite a bit of that before it transfers over to the Ancient. And with the Cold Snap, they will get the Lashrak. First splitter now, the Yules. Dodging a lot of that. Full Doppelganger as they try and turn this around, but the MP makes him want to go away. But the MP sent to the back! The big Ravage stun on 4! Is it enough though? It's still the Crimson Guard. Making it so hard for them to do damage, even with the Fuel Blade.
We should rename this to Distraction Center.
Phew.
But yeah, they're gonna go into Roche with this. 23 minutes and they have to the Rock Golem. He's pretty good at tanking it up. 15 seconds remaining. Electricity helps out with damage. There's nobody really rotating in just yet. So, did they even spot the side? They have the wall anywhere? I don't think so.
I might figure now. I think this might have seen the Warlock walking in. Certainly see the Spirit up here now. Roshan about to drop. It's walking in. So it'll be an Aegis in the hands of the Juggernaut. It's a bit of a momentum shift. Let's see what they can turn it into anything more though.
Yeah, so what is your plan on Masters Mayhem? You have roughly 1,000 gold lead over on your PL. You just smoked up, which is a good first step. Smoking is always nice if you want to break a stalemate. However, you were directly under ward and everybody knows about it. Good luck. But yeah, PL going straight for the heart. I like the super tanky build because he can rely on his team with the Epicenter, with the Jakiro, with the Leshrac to just deal damage while he's basically running out in the front line and playing catch me.
Speaking of catching, he didn't do that here. But he's pretty fast on his feet with the Spirit and the Yules and the Tranquils. Back movement speed there almost. They'll be able to get the tower.
Dire's top tower
Should be able
is
to,
under
yeah.
attack.
Big level 4.
Straight with Leshrac and fall, yeah.
Liquid Fire.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And again, another tier 2 for tier 1 trade. If that even comes to pass, because there's no
Top tower has
big
fallen.
commitment down here. In the bottom lane. So they're still playing like they're absolutely fine, even with the Aegis in the hands of the opposing team. And so far it's working.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, it's somewhat working, and they established map control, which is super vital if you have to PL farming. PL farming is one of those heroes who takes so much advantage from it when he can freely choose what line am I going on. Especially if you skip out on the early travels, which a lot of PL players are doing. You go for more stats-focused builds, which works against the Jug and the Bristle like this. And then you just try to transition into that unkillable late-game machine, and you build damage last.
Yep. Well, there's the smoke this time from the Dire side. Try and find something, make use of that Aegis. I did see a few heroes farming up the jungle on the side here with a toward sentry combo. I still see the Doom walking in. Did I have detection already? It doesn't look like it. Oh, that's a big display.
Aegis, no.
I'm not sure, but what is he thinking there?
Me Doom people. Didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, his entire team was somewhere else. He has a Shadow Blade, so he must be, yeah. Is he talking to me right now? Because I'm not doing fine. I'm freaking tilted.
Any Doom fans here?
Makes sense.
Any Bristleback fans here, however. He's in a little bit of trouble.
So pretty tanky here. It's complete pipe and Crimson Guard. You can't actually kill him right now.
Oh.
Not without Silverage and waiting out these active effects.
Yeah, missed that Golem.
That's worth. That alone is worth. Putting the Golem cooldown is really big. Oh. Juggernaut in distress, also quite big. 8 is still 4.5 minutes though, so. Not really lasting damage, even if you did kill him there. Gonna try again without the Doom. Maybe that's the solution. Oh, the TP out! Oh, it's not too late. But there was a long TP, so we can still cancel. Seems good. Pull up Stomp. Minus armor actually coming in from the Satyrs.
Just like they planned.
Oh no. There's Invoker though. Tornado. EMP. Stomp. That is a big combo with the Gunsplitter. They'll be able to walk away from that Baraku. No more health. So he has a hero. He has to come in. Doing a lot of work here, but gets his arm. You lose one. Nice burst strike, but that's it for the Sand King. The spin. Turn things around. Just a hero. Does he have the hardy? Yes, he does, but a lot of trouble still. Try and turn this around. Sunstrike off the mark. He's trying to juke. He's trying to dive, but it's successful. Another tornado though. On the cape. Finally, they find the last hit. This was questionable. Again, killing a Bristleback, not the easiest prospect at this point. And it took way too long for enough time for the rest of the team to come in.
Exactly, and this was the third time, the fourth time when they tried this, besides like dooming a Juggernaut for some reason. Yes, PL is fairly tanky at this point. Yes, you can dodge out a lot of damage. Yes, you have a hard, but at one point they will catch up to you, and now you have a powerful push on your hands, which they, alright, might be going back now. It is a T2 they claimed. The next step is to take off this tower, the next step is to take this tower, and then you have full control over the entire bottom side of the map, which is super crucial because PL is so he needs to farm the jungle with illusions, with himself. It doesn't matter. He doesn't have a battle fury. He's not flat farming on lanes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No. There's a lot of that map control now.
There's
no reason to stop here, is there? Well,
No, not really. Keep the pressure up. You don't have Aegis, but not like you needed it. And especially not with these kind of dooms.
Vulcan needs to recharge on mana, but he's back home. He can TP back into the fray any second. This time there's no tier 1 for tier 2 trades. Not right now, anyway.
Oh. Apparently likes on both ends. Nice.
Alright, so can't contest it here too. There's still a decent amount of high ground teamfight defense kind of thing, right? Especially coming around the Sand King. You haven't really seen the Doom ultimate be all that effective, just because half the time he's used that solo for no reason whatsoever on the Bristleback.
Yeah, it's almost like they're missing out on why they pick Doom. Like, Doom with the Shadowblade, your job is like literally run in there, Doom the Warlock, kill him. If you die for it, doesn't matter. Just Doom the Warlock so your team wins the fight for you.
Doom the Warlock, Doom the Invoker, Doom the Juggernaut even. That would just be strong enough.
If he doesn't have
Just
Aegis,
Omnislash, yeah.
and you have backup.
Yeah. Just like level 3 Omnislash at this point in the game, barely 30 minutes in, that will hurt already. Unless there's a bunch of Phantom Land solutions tanking it up, I guess.
Alright, we have a go. We have a dead tower fairly soon. There's a rotation coming in fully. And we have a pulse.
Yeah, I don't think you want to fight this now. I mean, you do have everyone. There's a shrine to fight around, perhaps. But everything's ready to go, Invoker can TP in any moment. If they fight, it's just to distract from Lashrak up top. So I think the better choice would be to try and smoke up, perhaps, but they don't have one available. And then make this movement up top to counter-initiate when they go on Lashrak. But promise as well, the Dire side does have a ward on this high ground, same as the Radiant.
Oh no.
Each other's movements quite nicely. There's plenty of centers here. The Yules into the stomp. That's a Doom taking up the entire Omnislash. No ultimate for him, and Aku already made the TP. Couldn't cancel the time. Now he's to be prancing on out of there. Beautiful tornado though. And Burst Strike. He got with the sting. Nice defensive Yules, but just wasting some time. We're gonna lose all of their lives here. Snowfire, he came in trying to help. He's not getting out of this one.
Yeah, that's a 5k gold lead. Just full team wipe, almost full team wipe without any resistance, and they still have some ults to work with. If this is not a high gun push, then we will never see high gun push.
So ill-advised to take that. I mean, Doom running into the sentry is bad enough, but then 3 more heroes following in his footsteps, as it were. Oh, it's also not ideal. Tornado, EMP will be dodged by one of them here. There's a hero still low on mana. Nice little splitter up there. Because it's pretty much everybody with the X close. Aku is dead, and it's an important hero. He doesn't have buyback, 70 seconds without the track. They want to fight, they also have to go into his stuff healing, which has been finished now. Yeah, this Burst Strike, this Epicenter if he wants it, but is that enough damage?
But what then?
Not with Dark Soul in the front.
You don't have anything. You just get... You run into a spin on the Juggernaut, you run into the pipe on the Bristleback, then you have an L-Titan, even he's too tanky for you, and the last target would be an Invoker. He isn't even in the fight, so they get a 3-2-3, they have a 7k gold lead, Invoker's still farming, he's gonna have a Lincoln Sphere any second now. And they're finishing up all the items here. There's not much on the side of Masters you can actually do besides aggressively smoking item and try to find that Doom on a key target and lock him down.
Haven't really been able to accomplish that even with the Shadow Blade, just because they haven't made these type of moves. Like, they have all the tools in the world to be able to try and wrestle some control back in this game, but
exactly.
Yeah, just gotta use them properly.
They have stuns, they have silences, they have stuff that pieces BKB, they have D-push, they have PL. Like, why not just utilize your tools? It's not like they're that far behind. Yes, it's 10k gold, but your PL has decent farm. He's actually doing quite fine.
Get the kill on the Warlock though. This time they make the retreat call early enough though. Goes right down to the low ground while sanking. Doesn't quite have the space to actually make that work for himself. He used the 4-star earlier to try and get Phantom Lands close enough to kill the Warlock, but that didn't even work. Oh well. More disconnects, more breaks.
More breaks indeed.
It's PC this time, alright.
Should we just do pause bingo? we should get a bingo card.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, what would be on it? Potato PC, lag, packet lock,
Kale? Yeah, Kale, lag.
Omelet
scripter.
Back pause. Puppy pause.
Hotkey.
Little pause. Hotkeys, exactly.
What else?
B.A.B. pizza. That's a big
Is
one.
is Whelping Tornado allowed?
Again, you want to see the Warlock. Worthwhile target, but even he takes too long to kill if you're not sure about who else is around. Right now, you know, Invoker's up top. We're not bashing away at the shrine. Not really looking good for the Masters of Mayhem.
Radiant's top shrine.
Yeah.
Last one.
There's really not much on Mayhem you can do to defend those. How do you smoke out to defend it into an Invoker, into a Aggressive Black when this Black comes to flank? The only chance I see them is contesting Red Rage, which they are on the way. They are smoked indeed, but even this is just a slim chance, and it's already evacuated, so they're just gonna wait on them. And yeah, again, Bristle in the front, have fun.
Well, here we are, Burst Strike on, again, on Bristle, Doom, everything on Juggernaut here. Nice little double stun follow, but the Golem on everybody, Cataclysm! Killing spree for the Invoker, just like that! As we try to run down low, everyone's down to at least half health, now fall off control with everything. Invoker soloing the Phantom Lancer. Sooner or later, and Juggernaut even survives all of that. Meanwhile, on the other side of that mid lane, Doom, even he gets sniped by the Invoker. Triple kill for Vanquish.
Radiant's top tower is under
Gonna
attack.
look to make that another one, but no tornado. No other way to actually cancel the Glimmer Cave TP.
His sentry just ran out next to him.
Shakira, the lone survivor, but throwing your bodies in like that, up against an Invoker and a freaking Warlock Golem, I was just asking for trouble. Now
It's gonna be at least 2 lines of ranks. Yeah. Especially with this Invoker. You just have too much damage to deal with, and he's just constantly delivering. My screen actually froze when he used the Cataclysm. I didn't know who died, what happened. I just heard you screaming and like, oh no, what happened?
Thank you, killed everyone else dropped like to half health because of that. They were all locked down by Warlock Golems, no way to really dodge it out.
It's one of the best spells if you have lockdown.
Yeah. I think there were some creeps involved to take up a few of that. Oh, a little bit of that. I'm not entirely sure at this point. But it was looked pretty damn amazing.
Yeah, you gotta get the refresher in, please. It's so cool with a refresher, how much damage you can deal. You can dish out.
Imagine refresher Cataclysm with like the vacuum stun combo or RP. Still have yet to see that.
It's 500 pure. Wait, the Cataclysm takes the full damage from Strike, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, wasn't sure. Wow, that is a lot of damage.
So right now, almost 600 with the spell.
Yeah, almost 600 with the spell. Yeah. So the 1,200 you can damage. Times 5. Times 2. So 2,400 per hero. Times 5. Ouch. That's one way to boost your stats.
Pretty damn strong. We'll see. It's available again with no Golem this time. For another 15 seconds anyway, so until then it was slow siege you down, Macropie already used, so that's a back ban right there. Because of the macros, you know.
You finally made it. I was waiting for it. 40 minutes.
It's just me throwing you a bone, you know. Just so you're not the only one making bad jokes.
Yeah. Right. I never make bad jokes. Prove it.
Are you serious?
Prove it!
When you're spouting this BS? Oh man.
Accusations.
I'm not accusing you of anything, it's what you said just now.
Tower.
Oh, Juggernaut. Unstoppable now, Invoker, blinking in, Tornado, EMP. Just forcing out some spells, while constantly chipping away at these racks. Dark Soul in front. Still has the pipe here, currently got already used. Everything, zone him out, not Macropie, but BKB means Invoker doesn't care, just straight up kills from the Shrek, or does he? No detection left already. He's still alive with the golem in the back. Once again, the Cataclysm comes. It looks pretty damn nice. The Doom comes out on the Invoker, but it's too little, too late. Epicenter desperately trying to dish out enough damage, but he's so freaking tanky, and they realize it too. There's no way back in this game. GG, well played, this call. Masters of Mayhem dropped game number 1. Wasted potential? Well, maybe. Certainly not in this game, though.
Yeah, excellent Invoker play all over again. Pretty much, I was really skeptical of their laning phase because it didn't look good. It always felt like they were lacking just a little bit, just the edge, especially against like against the Doom lane, which is just like rerun it, you have fun. PL doing decent, and then suddenly they turned it back in the mid game, despite the Phantom Monster having a reasonable timing on like his heart.
Yeah. I mean, heart is good and all, but it doesn't actually help you win these team fights with so much stuff being thrown your way. Doesn't actually allow you to right-click. Doesn't allow you to really kill people. Right? I mean, Diffusal Blade is good and all, but if you're up against a bunch of heroes with not a high mana pool, but a lot of health, like Bristleback is a prime example. Juggernaut, similarly so. Like, you're not killing them before they can throw things back at you. Or we'll just wait for their teammates to do it for you, I guess. Yeah, overall, pretty good play from Wasted Potential. We'll see whether they can replicate that in game number 2, or whether Masters of Mayhem have something else up the sleeves. We'll find out soon. Stay tuned.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
And we are back. Game number 2 in this best of 3 series. Wasted potential. With some pretty good gameplay last game around. Masters of Mayhem, they had a solid plan, or like I assume they had a plan, but they never really got to execute it properly here. Doom was kind of off the mark, a little bit YOLO here and there, and then
10 seconds
ultimately
remaining.
they just got run over. Running into the combos with the Invoker being
5
as strong as he
seconds remaining.
was, got
Radiant
unimpeded
team
more or less.
ban.
Despite that
Dire
laning
team
stage. And, well, of course, Ella Titan helping set everything up. All of these cool things, not to mention the Warlock, which has been banned out now. So, not going to see that again, as this time it's Masters of Mayhem with the first pick. So, what do you expect? Beastmaster still in the pool?
Beastmaster in the pool, Nightstalker Band-Aid, Warlock Band-Aid. Well, what is in there?
10
We have a
seconds
Sand King
remaining.
up for the grabs. What else is up for the grabs?
5 seconds
I forgot so
remaining.
many hero names.
Uh,
Undying, if they want to, has been banned out before.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much every time.
Scarif Mage would come to mind.
Lifestealer?
Uh,
maybe not, maybe not.
Maybe second pick, not the first pick. Though.
Yeah. Sky is Sand King, Leshraik, I'd say.
Yeah.
Maybe Beast.
Radiant team
Taking the
pick.
time to think about it.
Sky
It is Scarif, alright. It's probably the highest tier that was left. As far as 4 positions are concerned. Arguably, Leshraik is strong in some circumstances. Just because he brings a solid stun to the table. But
Radiant team
now it's up
pick.
for grabs for wasted potential if they want, but Bane for the first time today.
Yeah, first Bane of the day. Where you go with this?
Dire team pick.
Ah, there's where you're going with this. Okay. Question answered, question answered. Full CC.
Yeah. Alright, so Bane, traditionally very strong, with, like trading. If it's not the Warlock, then it's at least the Bane. He can't actually heal his teammates. Can heal himself a little bit while doing damage, so that's always nice.
Dire
Nightmare
team
can even
ban.
dodge a little bit of damage here and there.
Beastmaster.
Trip against the Beastmaster could come in handy, unless he's the one being roared and gone on.
3 out of 4 on the picks. Pretty much the early
Radiant
stage,
team ban.
like not only in the amateur scene or the T3 scene, like even higher up, like pretty much 3 of these heroes you always see in the first phase all bound out.
Yeah.
Like, gotta change it up. Where's my first picks hard supports that actually do something different, like Crystal Maiden first pick?
Dire
Anyone?
team ban.
Chris Lane. It's been a while since that hero's been
Relevant.
in the meta. It's
Good.
kinda sad. Yeah.
Not in the dumpster.
Uh,
Fill in mean vocabulary here about Crystal Maiden.
damn. I know a few people who would just fight you just for saying that. Just have like
Come at me.
probably posters of
10
Crystal Maiden all over
seconds
the bedrooms and
remaining.
whatnot.
You have a big wall tattoo as
5
well.
seconds remaining.
What if that one Kunga Titan the poster over my bed? That's all there is. But yeah, I mean, extra bans, no Juggernaut this time, so it's like they didn't know what to ban.
Radiant team ban.
Because
I ex-
Bane's actually pretty good against Juggernaut in some senses.
Yeah, Bane, like if there's a jug, sure. Like let it through. If you have a Bane, let the jug through. That's more my consensus on this. Unless, well, what are you going for? It is a magic, or it's a carrier turns magic immune quite fast. Doesn't hint at anything in particular, but since there is a Beastmaster on the field, I wonder if we see something along the lines of like maybe Ember Spirit or so.
5 seconds remaining.
Possibly.
Like, we haven't seen any Ember whatsoever. And now while there is a silence on the Skywrath,
Pick.
I really want to see an Ember. At least once today.
Apparition ban? Is that a
Yeah,
Huskar
that's-
coming out?
Now that's reasonable because of the Omni Knight, but yeah, I can see a Husker here. You already have Omni Knight.
Yeah.
On the other hand, it is Beastmaster, and one of those heroes you can't stay in a dual lane against him.
Yeah. Also, you can set up for kills on him later down the line, just because you can do a
10
decent amount of
seconds
physical damage
remaining.
after draw, especially if he goes down that Necrocreep build. But
5
Necrobook
seconds
builds. But even
remaining.
without that, you're gonna build Medallion for extra minus armor. And Omni Knights, it's not an Oracle, right? You can dodge some of the damage, but you have to actually be next, right next to him, or build an Aghanim Scepter. It's a little bit more awkward.
Could be worse. Wait, no, it couldn't. No, never mind. She's bound. Thank God.
What? The Windrunner?
Yeah.
Oh well.
So big. How do you answer this on Masters of Mayhem? Do you just go like full greed mode? I could imagine a Bloodseeker coming out. It's not banned yet, and it would make sense against Omni Knight. It's a great hero.
Oh yeah.
The same applies to like Bane because he has long range AoE silence. It's good against the Sand King too. I would really like to see like an early Bloodseeker coming out by them.
Yeah. Either that or Disruptor would also come to mind. I mean, it's kind of awkward against Omni Knight because you can't rely on glimpse, but if you do catch them inside the Static Storm, it's an easy setup for more. But might just skimp you a little bit too much. Because, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit hard to rely on a hero just for maybe good ultimate. With its other aspects of the hero are countered out quite nicely
Radiant
already.
team pick.
Rubik.
Rubik.
That's a hero I haven't seen in a while.
There's a good amount of stuff he can spell. He can spell. He can steal. Close enough.
Yeah, I'm
Close enough.
Sure can spell as well. He's pretty smart. That guy.
Very close. that gets a pass. I just want to test you if you
10
catch it.
seconds remaining.
All right. Wasted potential.
5
Oh,
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
Rubik's just one of these heroes where it's like, oh yeah, well, guess we have to press another spell now after we use our big ones. But Bane doesn't really have the luxury even. If he wants to fiend scoop somebody, Rubik can always steal it. And that'll be useful against anyone who's Omni Knight repelled. Which means
Fourth
ideally, you want to have some burst.
Void still in the pool. Might be an option for Masters of Mayhem here. Would actually like it if they go for the Void.
Yeah.
Has a safe lane carry. For wasted potential, maybe go towards the PA. Monkey King can work because you have the Omni Knight backing you up and good team
Dire
fight.
team pick.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Alright, that is decent against Beastmaster. That can actually zone him out.
Yeah.
Axis on axis.
Yeah, I swear, some sets make them look very, very similar. It's kind of
Yeah, there's that one, like, they already look kinda similar.
Yeah.
Like, from a top-down view, it actually gets really hard.
Especially
5
this is one
seconds
set
remaining.
that's... Was it for Beastmaster or was it for Troll? Like, I have no idea. And this is where it starts already. Like, there's one set that gives
Radiant
a
team
bit of a cloak or something along those lines. I don't know, but yeah, there's a bit of a semi-counter anyway coming out through Troll Warlord. Like, if he wants to go in for the bash plays, for the man fights, Razor can start stealing his damage, but...
More importantly, it's great against the Omni Knight. It's the hard counter on the lane.
That's true.
Like, this pretty much
10
says, Sand King, you gotta
seconds
farm. This Omni gets pressured into that position 4 row now. Into the position, yeah, into 4 with Sand King on the 3. Like, the moment you run Omni Knight against the Razor on the safe lane is the moment you lose one of your lanes pretty hard. It's like, it's as bad as, like, Bristleback or Tide against Monkey King.
Can you consider going for an aggressive lane with the Troll Warlord now? Because in lane, that's not really all that great for the Razor, because Troll can just stay in range storm, slow him down if he gets linked, and then just walk away.
They could do that.
10 seconds
Leaves Omni Knight
remaining.
solo against the Beastmaster, which he does okay on the lane. Not the best,
5
not the
seconds
worst.
remaining.
If it's the dual lane, he loses it. So does the Razor though.
Yeah.
Tinkerman coming out on the last one. Still Spectre in the pool, just saying.
Dire team pick.
Kunkaban.
Let's see something like a Queen of Pain here, or Storm Spirit.
I still see the Bloodseeker, to be honest. Gives them a high amount of pressure. With Razor Bloodseeker, together with the Beastmaster, you have some decent pushing power.
10 seconds
Pugner, also a
remaining.
pretty dominant pick against the Troll.
Oh yeah.
5 seconds
Troll's
remaining.
not like Pugna at all. You feel so sad. Walking in, oh yeah, I'm gonna bash you. No, you're not. Here's a decrepify that lasts for a million years. There's 2 blasts here, left and right.
Radiant
And
team
then
pick.
Lena.
Nope,
Alright.
boring hero.
Almost standard
Nothing
for sure.
exciting. Alright, show me the Husker.
Not sure if there's still room for it. I mean, would be decent against Lena. Still be alright against Razor, I would imagine.
10 seconds remaining.
Beyond
What
that,
else though?
Templar assassin.
That's no Husker.
was thinking about that earlier, but I just missed it because of the Skyriff Mage. Kind of, you get caught by the silence in the ultimate, like you're still gonna die unless you blink out really fast. Beyond that, Lina, it's a good lane matchup.
That's a conflict. It's a coin flip matchup. If the Lina gets slightly ahead and gets 3 refraction charges, you die really fast because Melt is useless on that line.
Yeah.
But if you manage to keep up and harass the Lina, then you just win it.
Right, a few interesting picks here at any rate. Don't feel a lot of Rubik anymore. Omni Knights a little bit more popular. But Troll and Templar not in the first line of picks on all bands, normally speaking. So we'll see. Wasted potential. They can certainly take this game over if they get a little bit of momentum going on a TA and the Troll. If they don't, though, then they'll probably just lose. It's kind of an all or nothing kind of thing here. Relies so much on laning stage. And this is still a very powerful dual offlane here. Beastmaster and Skywrath. Especially if it
that
against the Troll.
is. I wouldn't even say that's the strongest lane. Like the mid lane is pretty much a coin flip. People win it. The top lane is Razor and Rubik against the Omni Knight's Sun King, or are they actually trial laning? Not quite sure yet, but whatever happens, if they end up sacrificing the bottom lane, I think that is fine and acceptable. Just making sure you have enough pressure on the Razor so he doesn't snowball away, or this.
Nightmare taking over, Saku can continue stealing damage. 1 heal already forced out from Dark Soul. So, don't really want to fight them right now, as you would imagine.
30 seconds to battle.
Question is, can they still secure these bound runes? Because that damage will expire in just a few seconds. And it's
Still
a
20 seconds to work with.
Yeah. Still
Has a
pretty
new
decent
static
double.
link.
Burst strike into the purification. Maybe all set up
It's
by
good
Nightmare,
enough.
So, yeah. Not willing to risk it. So it'll be a 2-for-2 exchange at the end of the day.
The battle begins.
Alright.
Still, remains the question. Do you stick with the Trident? I think Bane is heading towards the bottom lane now.
Yeah.
He should either, prone LTP, but just run there.
Yeah.
So, dual lanes it is.
Yeah, he needs to get some experience now that he's been forced into Nightmare level 1. Like, he needs to soak that up either in mid or on bottom. So you can then use the brain sap to start trading. Otherwise, he's not really going to do too much up top. I guess Nightmare into a couple of right clicks is also decent enough for harassment against Rubik, but it feels very dangerous without having that brain sap.
Talk about dangerous. Mr. Troll getting bullied at bottom. Yeah, classic Skyrath.
Hey, look at me, I'm pressing Q. Over and over and over and over and over and over again. That man, he was thinking about throwing out the defensive Nightmare there. But, well, for now, they're just tanking it. Still salves, 2 sets of tangos. Not starting with a magic stick, though. Gonna turn it into full wands once he comes to the side shot. But, I don't know. It's nice to have the full wand without having to use the courier. At the same time, you're missing out on so many charges already.
Yeah. This... I don't know, I don't like this sideshot. I don't think it even exists anymore. What can you buy there again? I think it's threads. That's all you buy there. And stick.
Magic stick and threads and sometimes ring of protection.
Yeah, and sometimes the Quelling Blade.
Arcane boots. Quelling blade. Vanguard. You can build Vanguard if you have the shield.
Yeah, but most of the time, I mean, technically, yeah, you need the Ring of Health to can't buy it at the side.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that.
But hey, most like you're either in this range or you're in this range, so that shouldn't be a problem reaching over there. A little bit easy on the dive. It's a go on the Bane.
Damage being done. Yeah, just have another brain sub available in 5 seconds. It's actually right-clicking down the Scar of Mage, but he's pretty damn fast with these wings. That man still not quite dead just yet, so Control Warlord can turn things around on the other Axeman, who really wants to get this kill, and with the Mango eaten. Another set of axes. Ah. Throw out the last hit or the right click before the axes, so not sure if that would have been enough either way.
Yeah, they're trading out against each other.
Yeah.
Oh, trading with Bane. Nice joke. Oh, we top Aku.
Alright, that was pretty more powerful than I imagined. Bow strike into purification. Then the right clicks themselves between the two of them. Also enough to finish the job, as he wasn't even worried enough to TP back home. He was just TPing to lane. Either way, it's on cooldown, so he has to walk all the way out there now. That's experience for the Rubik.
Yeah, get that level 6 in. So you can steal like, enfeeble and trap. Nice.
Sandstorm. That's a big one.
Yeah, for all the farming efficiency.
I mean, purification wouldn't be bad.
Berserker's Rage. That would be the worst they could face if he just gets Berserker's Rage. Like, pretty much anything you steal from Troll is just bad. Like, the axes are okay, but the rest is just quite useless.
I don't know, I have seen Rubik's Bash before with Berserker's Rage.
God. Please, no.
You actually stay in melee form if it times out while you use it.
Oh, really? Didn't they fix that? I'm fairly sure they did.
I'm asking.
No. Like, that was the case at one point, but I'm 99% sure they fixed that, and you just revert back to range form.
Right.
It's when you are in melee form and then you steal something else, it does revert you back. It should be that it has the same ruling on the timeout that is of the spell.
That's good then. Wouldn't want to be stuck as melee hero all the time. So they're gonna go here. I mean, Skyroth. At the very least, he'll use his clarity. It's not a whole lot of extra kill potentially until the Fiend's group kick him out, I guess, which is not for a while. Same for the level 6 Neutral Warlord. Right, how's his middle lane going so far? Oh, what? Not sure what Rubik was doing there. Alright. How's mid lane going? 28-7 to 17-5, so it looks like Vanquish not just in the competition Invoker, but also pretty good in the Temple Assassin. So that is that. If they try and go again Naku. This time he's full health though. Extra purification and starts dealing damage while TPing all the way back home this time. That was pretty damn close though. Sure if he survives that if he didn't start dealing damage, honestly.
Yes, I think it's the only thing he actually did survive. Like, level 2 static link surely helps with that, not a plasma field game. Yeah. Bottom lane still a Mayhem, they just keep hitting each other with the Bane and the Scarif, and there we go, nice dodge.
Yeah. That's a level 2 concussive shot, already 140 damage, pretty decent. Now, bit of a turnaround perhaps, but this is... Oh god, that was a mango left. Burst strike, follow-up slows, the actual right clicks on the Scarif Mage. This is a dead hero. But silence on Pain will not change that. So, mixing things up, slowly winning every single lane, and not even falling behind in last, it's too much.
Yeah, 2k gold already.
Yeah. Look at top lane actually, Dark Soul. 23-11 to 13-3. Like in every lane you have at least 10 more last hits on the opposing course.
You've got to bite to eat.
I think that was just a bit too greedy from Sanking though in the end.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
DD will scout it out. Doesn't have a bottle just yet. It's also not flying out. They might be able to use the courier to pick it up on the secret shop on the way, but not want to wait for that long scout of mage. Just picks it up himself. Actually lead to more kills. Or he's zoning out the Beastmaster.
Just... this bottom lane is just way too interesting. I don't even want to look at the other lanes. Like, top lane is just... It's Razor Omni Knight. Like, I guess they do something there. Sometimes. And, like, mid lane is like, oh, I'm Lina, I'm hitting creeps. I'm TA, I'm hitting creeps. And, like, bottom lane is all the action now.
Especially now with the Zen King coming back in. There's a lot of damage being done here over to the Troll wall up. Nice dodge again, just to make sure. But they still find a Burst Strike. Fall up slow, Beastmaster just pops to the brain sap. Joe, not a whole lot he can do about it. In fact, he might be caught out. There's another Burst Strike, and Bane is also there, silenced up. Not that he has any spells to throw it anyway. It's just a pure old right click. Slow kicking in just a second, and, well, Deadman. Double kill, even.
He should play Undying with that name. But yeah, Bane works. Let's pick Bane. That's a decent amount of gold stacked up. 3 out of 5 kills where he participated. Oh, he might even get boots at one point.
Boots are overrated. Actually, he has him in the stash right now.
Yeah,
maybe
he's right. On Sky, they would be overrated. On Bane you kind of do. It's the same with like leveling up the Nightmare. The X range is just basically so good. It helps us so much as well as the duration. So just and Feeble is like super situational. You have like a Jara mid or something that you have to rather than play like dual in mid. But otherwise, Nightmare just outclasses it.
Okay, they get a few more kills down the bottom lane. Haystrew and Sanking still. A couple of seconds left. Scarif Mage. Himself, another TP in from Deadman. Did he bring any extra region? He did. South for the Troll Warlord as the Burst Strike connects. Need a little bit of extra help. This time the silence preventing anything. Strubing also shows himself. Extra lift. Troll wants to fight, and so does Deadman. He can Brain Tap, he can Nightmare, whoever he wants, whenever he wants, and there it is. Focus on Joe. He pumps. Right click down, another Burst Strike. And there's the ultimate from a Troll. Dodging a Lina stun. He has a hero making that rotation in. And, oh, that ultimate last right click. Just enough to finish the kill. Still, okay. Not sure what that one was about. Still hanging around there.
I think he was in the brain stab animation. I think he was. I think he wanted to use one last brain stab and run, but... Oh, I'm excited a little bit. One hero TP's out, Sun King TP's in. No blinks or any shenanigans as he gets position 5. 4, that is. Only Tranquils. He should not be bullied that much under the tower. Right? I hope so. There's a Lina though. There's a Rubik trying to find Vanquish. He's currently farming up and yeah, they're gonna spot him out here. He might
Lina momentarily was like 200 gold ahead of the TA. And then as she's about to finish up this Ancient Cam that's like 300 gold the other way again. That's at a level disadvantage.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Almost level 11 on TA now, and
yeah, this is only this is because he left the lane for 1 minute. Like TA pushed out, TA took a creep camp, now she's back up and running.
Yeah.
Like despite the fact that having a little bit of a weaker lane early on, now she completely surpassed him. Answer that's a DD.
DD run, and it's another double stack already on this other camp. Doesn't want to farm it up just yet. At the same time, down bottom. It's a bit of an opening there, but without the roar, don't really have too much kill potential just yet. Certainly not up against the Burst Strike. Still hanging around. Or at least forcing the Troll Warlord to go over to the jungle.
This guy's still lacking levels. Yeah, top lane. Who cares? that should be the motto of the off lane. Solo off lane. Who cares?
Yeah, pretty much.
Joe, gotta watch out. There's a Sun King on the side for you. All you get is a Bane. One Nightmare sets up a kill, pretty much.
It's only a matter of time until they commit. Yes, the hero also sitting around there. Not revealed himself just yet. But Bane, I think he might have called a glimpse of Snowfire at the very least. It's no big surprise. There we go. Slow, Lina coming into the side. Let's work array, actually connecting, but it's almost the epicenter burst strike. Turning things around here, and Knight will live there from Snowfire. No one's died, apart from the Bane, who definitely died very easily. They're committing so much time down here. I mean, look at the other lanes. TA just no problems whatsoever clicking down mid, farming more and more. I mean, they're getting these kills, but Troll even finding a counter on the Skydrive as it happens.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, a little bit of a sloppy fight, I'd say. Like, yes, you got a kill on the Sky, but that's not remotely worth it. And who was farming in the meantime? Omni Knight finishing up a little bit of a camp. You have, well, you have your Bane running around on the map now again. You don't get anything out of this besides the TA getting slightly ahead, which is fine, I guess. But on the other hand, you want to make this early rotations.
Is it though? Burst strike off the mark. That could have been an easy kill on Aku. The freshly completed link, I guess. So not exactly the reveal that Vanquish had in mind. There's another one available now. It's damage being great from Bane, so he's very much dead. There's way too many heroes for TA to blink into. So they're moving in a way that makes it hard for the TA to get quick kills just now. At least before the Desolator. But once that's online as well, things get a lot more dangerous. Gonna be another stack here in this ancient camp. The other one's also being stacked on Sand so that Desolate is gonna come sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and not only that, but we actually had the Dire stacking up over here in jungle, and Troll just took the camp. Well, that's quite nice of them.
Yeah.
Troll really needs the farm as well. Like, he did not have the most pleasant laning phase. It's a little bit better than the Razor and the Beastmaster having Omni Knight absolutely leading over this Razor top. They're gonna try and kill him as well. Only level 5 on the Bane, but I'm fairly confident they should be able to lock him down with the epicenter.
Well, get in range first, and they don't. They're pretty speedy here, even though only the 1 point up in unstable current. This Razor quite far behind in a number of different ways. Couldn't even finish up the face boots. Well, guess now it's their turn to waste some time as in mid. That's a combo on the Troll Warlord. Follow burst strike actually from Rubik. Someone got his hands on that. Surreal thinking. Oh no, he tried to help, but now what? There's quite a few of these
Ravage
back into that Mystic Flare, but yeah, I got all of these. Barely survives the Dragon Slave. Phew.
Impressive.
It's created as TA. Yeah, I was screaming at bottom.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That was one sweet burst strike.
Tower is under attack.
Taking the shrine next, still has a big magic wand he can run around with. Oh, what is happening top? Oh yeah, wait, it's Omni Knight. I go back. And interesting enough, he's rushing that Lotus Orb.
Wow. That is interesting. I mean,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
if you time it right, it's pretty good against a number of different things. But now, there's the MP Sun actually being cancelled, I think, by himself. First strike once again, stolen from Snowfire, but now Vanquish saying hello. That's one kill. Aku. Nice, still slow. The first strike this time will be in range. And Omni Knight saying hello. I'm also here. Follow up slows Yasuhiro, while A misses completely. That's a double kill for Vanquish. 3 kills in total in exchange for the Troll Warlord.
Just a crazy hero. Only the Blink Dagger, and he just enabled so much on the map. They also just got 3 kills just when the runes spawn. Not sure if they're gonna beat this guy to the bottom lane. They might be able to check up there, and with a burst strike that should be a kill. Alright, it's spread out completely. Never mind.
Well, it's where's the Mystic Flare? Purification stolen, Repel still there, and this burst strike. Extra nuke actually against the Sand King. More and more here's come in. Captain Assassin taking one look at the situation, saying, "Nah, I'm not going into that. You're on your own, guys. I'd rather finish up my." Oh, never mind. That's later. Just got delivered too, so could have been a big reveal, but a little bit too scary to go in there alone.
Yeah, so you mentioned about the Lotus Orb. Like, there's actually quite a few things you can purge. Like, everything you reflect from Rubik is obviously great. The Sky remains the same. Making a little bit move mid, but nothing will come of it. Beastmaster is really good to reflect, of course. Like, I can understand the item pickup. I would have just liked to see him maybe go for jumps first and then go into it. Because, yeah, neither TA nor the troll is building into one. I feel like you should have a drum in this team just to keep up with the movement speed from like the Lina after a couple of stacks are accumulated. Same with the Beastmaster if it reaches that extra movement speed during the draw and whatnot. So just having the edge while already up against the Razor might be good with the drums. But let's see how it shapes out.
So, in an ideal world, you just blink on top of somebody, burst them down, and then you don't have to run after anyone else. But for now, that's a nice little scan there, actually. Confirms that something is amiss. Smoke rotation of the entire team towards this bottom lane. You have the roar available. You have to be very, very careful. Sanking doesn't have to blink yet, but sitting in a good position to just burst strike across the tree line if they wanted to. They don't have those Omni Knight in these kind of situations. That's a hero that you'd really like to have, with or without Lotus Orb.
They need one tree.
Side chop. Okay, Gemsons. He doesn't actually get anything off. The Mystic Flare off the mark. And Vanquish, he just right clicks it down. One more is necessary. Oh, the trap. That'll work as well as they turn their focus on the Lina. Nightmare one, Fiend Scope on the other. Razor will drop down. Snowfire. Oh, that's a full 5-man wipe, just like that.
Vanquish is also going for the rampage and then like, I want this one, no, I want this one. And he kept running back and forth and got none of them. Oh, that would have been so cool to have an early rampage. But
one of them was shed kill too.
Oh,
no, wait, that one.
Oh yeah.
Poor Sanking. No one even got the big chunk of gold off of that.
Yeah, that's one turn. That's going to be a second turn with the Desolator up. Yeah, that's a pretty dead turn. That's for sure.
Dies so fast.
What dies so fast?
The tower that was there, I swear it was.
There's no tower. You're tripping again.
There never was a tower. I'm hallucinating. No.
You're getting old.
This is exactly the kind of game that you can't allow a TA to have.
Yeah, and Troll off the back of this, just going for Mask of Madness, like full utility. Utility in terms of being modular in the fights. Like he can go for race, he can go for farming. It doesn't fully commit to a farming strat with the Battle Fury. Instead of just going like fast rate. Look how fast this is already dropping. Like they're sacrificing the Omni mid, and this is why you build Lotus Orb.
Sacrificing is still just fine. It's still the damage right back. It's pretty
exactly. This is why you build it.
There's a repel into the burst strike. Give a little silence here. Scarab Mage. Yeah, he's going to die if I want to commit. Another Lotus Orb, but oh, not turning that one around. But hey, Vanquish is there. Extra lift. Keeping out away for now. There's the Roar as well, and the Sanking of all people. But Jim Pumps, well. Troll Wall is gonna have to deal with that one. Will be successful as Vanquish has other fish to fry. They might lose the Troll if Aku's fast enough. Oh, the follow-up slows though. Perfectly done and close to another team wipe. Only Lina surviving after killing off the Bane somewhere else entirely. But that is not nearly enough to protect this tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, kind of got very low, but they have an Omni Knight with them. Start healing up a few. The most critically wounded. Troll Warlord just taking an ancient stack. Right, this is a full-on snowball right now.
Yeah, against a TA it is incredibly difficult to come back because she just tends to one hit your heroes most of the time.
Right now, like they're having a hard time dealing with her. Even with the Lina Yules, like technically you think, oh yeah, Yules LSA into the Skyrock stuff. That would certainly kill her. But they've never really been able to get into a position because they've always been the ones who got caught out of position essentially. Or like, they were the ones who were gone on, so they couldn't get themselves in a proper formation. That helps though.
That wasn't too bright.
Yeah.
Extra kills here and there, going towards the Shadow Blade. Is it completed now? It is, yeah. But big kill. Aku in mid, not quite dead just yet. Just the Troll was not the TA, who was just farming up the jungle. Look at this though. Do they have detection for this? Doesn't appear so.
Nope, not quite. But even... And this so far, 12k gold at 21 minutes. Oh, it happened again, didn't it?
Yeah. Blink and Hurricane Pike now as well. There's no escaping from the Zero. It's not possible. Alright. Blink is tanking some extra dust. It's only a matter of time until they decide, hey, I have my defensive item, maybe I don't care, I'm just gonna put that pressure on the tier 2. Rest of TA's team already working away at it.
Radiant are scanning.
And TA proper, oh, there's Alina. Trying to run her down. If you time it properly, you can even wait for the refraction to disappear for the first set.
Yeah, for the first set.
And
1600.
hope to God that you have enough damage to kill her before the second one comes out.
I don't think he has enough because Light Strike Array damage was not taken on 15, but hey, that's if you kill a beast, that's a bash, and you know how it goes against the True Warlord. You get bashed once and you're just done.
Oh yeah. It's the last minute tier 2 down.
Dire's
And
top tower
gonna
has
turn
fallen.
this into high ground. Still have the Aegis for a minute or so. Let's have to make sure that TA is fine. Normally you'd say, yeah, there's a bit of a danger here. But with the Omni-Knight, having the items and being as strong as he is, he can just repel up either TA or just a Troll Warlord sitting in front. Lotus up the other and you're absolutely fine.
Awkward positioning for a Sun King here. that's a Monker S. Oh god.
It's a matter of seeing enough heroes who feel comfortable Blink Burst striking in.
Is this just where you run up with repel and give vision on the Omni-Knight?
Maybe.
I feel like it is.
Taking it slow for now. None of the other lanes are really pushing too much in their favor. So at some point they're gonna have to pull the trigger or else call it quits. Vanquish? Yeah, he has to repel.
Oh, they find him.
Oh, Field Script. Actually on the Razor, Epicenter being channeled up. You can also get focusing on the leader, but again cancels his own Epicenter. Big mistake, Vanquish. Forced to get himself out of there as damage is being drained away from Troll Warden. Might actually die if they have more damage than they do. That is the Aegis just before it expires though. Still, with TA being so low, they have to get the hell out. Another Burst Strike. And never mind, just goes back in. He doesn't care. He dies for it though, so I'm not sure if that was worth, but with the instant buyback? Maybe it was. There's a hero, he wants more. Does have a use set to work with. Into LSA combo, I don't think they... No?
Oh, heavily mistimed.
What is happening here? First strike now on 3. That's
Ravage.
He can start racking away. The bashes are real. That's a tieback on Alina.
GG. Holds it with the misplay.
That was so weird.
Ooh. I feel like they could have held it on there a little bit longer.
Yeah, especially with tanking, missing the epicenter. Like, that was not the worst fight in the world. Especially after they got TA and everything. But yeah, it was what it was. Wasted potential. Like, they were winning this game, make no mistake. TA was pretty damn strong, but Masters of Mayhem, they were not completely out of it yet either. But hey, maybe if you're not in the right mindset, then there's very little chance that you can actually turn things around. But at the end of the day, the second semifinals already over with the 2 victory here for Wasted Potential. We'll see them again tomorrow in the grand finals here for Chennai at the Cobx Masters. Our 6th stop on the road. Dagger Nation, of course, the other team that already qualified earlier today. So, CSGO, I believe the plan is to have one of the CSGO semifinals now. Because of all of the delays, we can't have the other one right away, which means that the schedule for tomorrow will be starting off with the second CSGO semifinal at about 10 AM. After that, we'll have the Dota finals, and after that, the CSGO finals. So, of course, keep an eye on the website, on the YouTube channel, and of course also on Twitter at Cobx Games for all the information there. And, well, for now, thanks for watching and goodbye.